Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to more Fate Stay Night Remastered. What a time to be alive. What more adventures will our boy Shiro and Saba get underway this time around? Hello. Welcome back. Sorry for the late start. As always, I cannot continue without having problems. Technical issues build up. Is my lot in life, is my cursed, and I will just have to bear it strongly and move on from there. But anyway, how are we all doing today? Hope everyone's having a good day, or if it's a nighttime like me, hope you're having a good night, a good evening. Today we are, of course, Fate, doing more Fate. I'm very excited to get back into this. I'm liking where this entire storyline has been going. I've already said it last time, but I'll say it again. Right now, looks like the Fate route for me is at least the second best route out of the main three. It's kicking Unlimited Blade Works' ass right now. Now, we haven't gotten to the second half just yet, I imagine. Well, maybe we are beginning the second half now, but we haven't gotten to the second half just yet. It could change up real quick. It could. It could go back to being like, ooh, I don't know if I like this direction. But so far, it looks pretty good. It looks like it's going to be going in a good direction. I like Shiro's mindset, determination in this one. His interactions with Saber are pretty interesting, although I feel maybe it could just be the fact that this is like, you know, based off in the Roga game, and it's the light novel version. It definitely makes Shiro way more down bad. Way more. So if I went down the Unlimited Blade Work route, no doubt I would have that same kind of like dialogue stuff with Rin, a lot more prevalent. Same thing with Heaven's Field for Sakura. But it's just like, damn, yo, Shiro, I know you're 16, but keep it in your pants, my guy. Golly. But yeah, I've been liking that. I've been liking this route. Excited to get back to the adventures and seeing what we're going to get from this exploit. This week, as per usual, we're going to do Yakuza, but we're going to go Wednesday night. Tomorrow, unfortunately, I have something planned that I have to take care of. So Yakuza 0 is being pushed to Wednesday night. Again, Eastern Standard Time. So check that out for your own time zones. But it's being pushed back a day. So sorry. It's just something unfortunate I got to take care of. But that's okay. We're going to still get to it. Just one day later than normal. Just one day. This week, we will also be doing more JoJo's, as I've been mentioning for the last stream. We're going to go 10 chapters. We did the previous stream. Go check it out on the channel. It was 4 hours of fun. We're going to try and do that again. Maybe go a little bit quicker. We're going to do 10 chapters. Try and get, you know, this wrapped up to where next stream from JoJo's Part 7, it's going to be our last read-through of Part 7. So next week could very much be the end of our read-through for Part 7. And then from that, either the next week after that or the following week, we're going to get into an entire stream that's just dedicated to just, hey, let's just discuss Part 7 as a whole now that we are concluded, and what is our overall thought process from me as a first-time reader, hearing you guys as chats, you know, overall take of it, who's been reading Part 7 or had finished Part 7 for years now on end. You know, just something like that. I feel like it's a good way to send it off. One Piece is out this week, so we will see when we can get to that. It's probably going to be a Friday, but who knows? When I say that, sometimes it comes out Thursday. Before we went on break recently, it went out on a Wednesday, so I'm like, oh shit. So who knows? Because I said that, the universe might just say, haha, guess what? It's coming out Wednesday morning. Like, oh, of course, sure. We finished Danadon last Saturday. Go check out the stream. Very good. Again, Danadon Season 1. Holy crap. I'm getting the hype. I'm biting that bug right now. I'm like, yep. So if Season 2 is going to be anywhere as good as this, I'm looking forward to it. But we're not going to do it this week. We're going to move it to next week. So next week, we're going to start Danadon Season 2. So stick a lookout for that, for the stream, for when it pops up. We'll go through a couple of episodes. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Then, this upcoming week, we are also going to be doing Ichi the Witch and JJK. 1,000 apologies for last yesterday. OBS was having a lot of issues for the last couple of days. I went through a diagnostics check. We should be okay. I had run administration. I've done some stuff on it. I have other solutions I haven't tried out yet, but it seems to be fine from what I can tell. So, fingers crossed. Bartolomeo style. Braria. Knock on wood. All the wood. I'm hoping that we won't have a crash tonight. If we do, after everything I just did, not looking great, but there are solutions I can still do. So, in advance for you guys. I'm working on it. So sorry for the streams kind of being a little jittery here and there for the last couple of them. But yeah, that's our stream schedule for today, this upcoming week, and further stuff in the future. We are in September, by the way. September. And do you remember that it is still considered a hot month? So make sure you hydrate. Although this year has been pretty crazy with its weather. Has been pretty insane. At least for where I am. Not going to lie. Not feeling like August into September. More like I'm already in October. It's like, damn. Shit. But okay. Enough stalling. By the way, this soundtrack was really good. Fucking finally getting to Excalibur last time was amazing. Amazing. But okay. We are going to start up Fate Remastered. Let's lock in. Get your drinks. Get your snacks. We're going to go for a little bit and see where we end up with. I imagine from here, again, we're getting into the second half of the Fate route. So at some point, Shinji's going to be a menace, even though we just took him out of the race as per usual. He'll still try and be, you know, Shinji. Although I will say this route gave Shinji a little bit more sauce than the other one. So I got to give him that credit for the Fate route, which may be another reason to put a leg up of the other two. Just saying. We still have to get to Castor at some point, I imagine. So we got to do that. Run into Elia with Berserker some more. Gilgamesh has not shown up yet, so Gilgamesh has to come there. I imagine Kiryu is going to do some shit as always. And yeah. So we got a lot of stuff probably still to go. All right. Flowchart. Let's see. How do I zoom out again? There we go. Right. We were about to have the dream with more Saber stuff where we are getting into the servant and master dynamic. Now that she's officially spent after using Ictuscalibur for the first time in this route, we're going to learn some more stuff. So I'm excited to see where this goes. This is Saber's route. So I'm hoping we're going to get a lot more detail than we had on Unlimited Blade Works, and most certainly more so than Heaven's Field. I'm hoping. So let's load her up. Let's see what we're going to get today. And again, if the audio is a little low or a little high, you guys now tell me what's up. VOD gang, I will also listen to your comments too, so that way next time it's a little bit better. So don't forget to comment. And while you're there, make sure to like the stream as well. And if you want to know when we go live more, hit the bell notification. And then finally, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We got a lot of cool things coming for our community on this channel. Slow and steady, but still coming nonetheless. Now, let's get to it. Alteria, I think that's how you pronounce that. That's the name she was given when she celebrated her coming of age. Different from a lot of the other stuff. Alteria. It's either usually Arthur, Artoria, and yeah, so on and so forth. But I don't think I've ever seen Alteria in the media. Oh, of course. There we go. It was wartime. It began with the collapse of an empire. A Roman Empire. To be fair, though, a lot more people, side tangent, I guess, have been researching in that the legend of Artoria realistically has probably taken place closer to more Roman influences than anything else. So that's kind of interesting. An empire that had been meant to be internal was slowly waiting to die amid the invasion from all sides. In preparation for many wars, the empire deprived an island nation of its military. I wonder what island nation that could be. And that is how it began. Having lost an empire's protection, her nation had no choice but to become an independent one, and over time, it broke up into smaller nations. The invasions came again and again. Internal conflicts between clans spiraled out of control. Then came a long period of war, which would later come to be known as the Dark Ages. Again, historically speaking, and, just from researches from different cultures and stuff, the quote-unquote Dark Ages usually refers to more of the Eurocentric mindset and view. Rest of the world at that time wasn't as dark as, the idea painted to be. And even in certain parts of Europe during periods of the quote Dark Ages, it wasn't as dark as they were making out to be. But still, we like to call it the Dark Ages, nonetheless, for theatrics. And yeah, there was hardship, for sure. It is during this difficult time that she was born, the heir to a throne. A long, tumultuous period of war. The king believed in a mage's prophecy and so eagerly awaited the birth of his worthy successor. But that child born to him was not the child he desired. His child wasn't male. Interesting. My FGO people out there, you know why I'm saying interesting. Fated king or not, the child could not assume the throne unless they were a boy. So the girl was entrusted to the king's retainer and raised as a knight. The king was saddened, but the mage delighted. I doubt his design's going to be the same, but it would be kind of cool if it was all the way back here. One's sex has nothing to do with one's worthiness to become king. Good quote. More than that, the mage was convinced that the girl's absence from the castle until the day of the prophecy was proof she was a true king. She grew up under the care of a simple and wise old knight as his adopted child and successor. This old knight did not believe in the mage's prophecy. He simply raised her to be a knight and hoped for her to continue growing, because he felt something from her that reminded him very much of his own lord. But even without the knight's encouragement and intervention, a girl trained every day to become stronger than anyone else. If an unlying country headed towards its own demise can only be saved by a king, a girl had sworn to wield her sword for the reason, and that reason alone, without anyone ever needing to tell her to do so. And then the prophesied day arrived. Knights and lords from around the nation had gathered in hopes of being the chosen to be king. If this was to be a contest to determine the best possible king, all assumed the selection would be made in a mounted joust. Instead, all that waited at the sight of the selection was a naked blade, thrusted into a stone. On the hilt of the sword, a glittering golden inscription had read, "Whomever pulleth the sword from the stone is the rightful king of England." Many knights took their turn trying to draw the sword from the stone. But none were able to draw the sword from the stone, so the knights decided to compete within a joust as they had originally expected on arriving. Oh, that's a really good... I'm keeping that. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. That's really good. The girl was not yet a knight, and so could not participate within a joust. But again, you can kind of like make an observation social thing right there where like she's not like everyone else, jousting to the side, but instead following the mandate, which was to pull the goddamn sword from the stone. Hold on. Just gonna turn all this off real quick so I can take a screenshot. Yes. 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 That's a really good shot. Honestly, that could be like a background fucking thing right there. That is really, really good. I'm going to save that for later. I think we're good. Let me just make sure. So, webcam, Windows capture. Oh, yeah, true. I haven't been putting this up, but I'll put it up anyway. Give it a little more zest to our action. Next stuff. Okay, back to it. She approached the stone of selection, which sat largely abandoned, its appeal having long since faded, and reached for the sword's hilt. She did not hesitate. Is that actually him? Is that the same voice actor? She turned around, and before her stood the most feared mage in the nation. For good reason, man. For good fucking reason. He gave his warning. Once she takes hold of the sword, she will cease to be a human. Figuratively, and I guess because of FGO and other continuity, I guess literally. Maybe because of their certain foresight, he also knew, like, you will be bound to become a servant, maybe. In a different manner of speaking. She responded with only a nod. To be a king is no longer to be a human. I would say yes and no. She has been resolved to do this from the moment she was born. To be a king is to kill more than anyone, in protection of everyone. Sure. The young girl thought of this every night and lay in bed, shivering at the implications until morning. Not a day went by that she was not afraid. But in that moment, she pledged that her days of fear were at an end. She drew the sword effortlessly from the stone. The bright light engulfed the whole of the site of selection. And in that instant, she ceased to be a human. A king's sex does not matter. Depends on the historical context, I feel like, for certain places, but sure. Also, their own little continuity saying, fuck it, we want waifus. So long as they carry out the function of a king, none could care about a king's appearance or even bother to pay attention to such a thing. If only this was true. Listen, yo, Fate, I wish this was true, but... And even if someone noticed the king was a woman, it would not matter, so long as she was a good king. But what is a good king? The sword's magical energy must have halted her growth. Yes, I do remember this bit of lore. While many knights found it eerie and feared her, most saw their lord's immortality as a divine gift. And so, the legendary celebrated age of the king began. Fuck, that's also a good shot too. Look at the fucking field of wheat and grass, meadows, sprawling hills. God damn. Majestic. The new king in battle was seen as something of a god of war. The king always led from the front. No enemies could stand in her way. Altera, I guess is more specifically, they want me to pronounce it as. Altera, the god of battle. Hailed as a dragon incarnate, she knew no defeat. But remember, she was the forward motion of her people, but she never led her people. Maybe that's why becoming a non-human also was a hesitation that a certain mage said, hold on now, hold on. In 10 years, she fought 12 battles and never lost once. I think that actually is lore accurate to the Arthurian legends. I think that is. It's been a while. In those days, her chief duty as king was on the battlefield. Not once did she turn back. Not once was she disgraced. She was raised to kingship and fulfilled her obligations without hesitation. That's good too. Wait. Yeah, fuck that. Hold on. Yo, wait, why? Okay. Some of the like character designs are not the best, but other times the scenery is helping massively too. Damn, I'm taking another goddamn screenshot. Yo, man, yo. Hold the fuck on. This is really, really good. Yo, remastered for a fucking reason, I guess. They weren't kidding. This is a goddamn remastered. Hold on. Ooh. Nope. Get back here, you. There we go. There we go. Okay. Then I can block you, Eh. And yeah. Another screenshot. If they keep feeding me like this, I'm going to have too many screenshots. I'll try not to be so uppity with all of them, but damn, that's really good. That's really good. I feel like we've been eating for like the last couple of stuff recently. There we go. There we go. Yep. 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 Oh, not you. My other saber. Where's the other saber? There you are. And yep. Now we're good. All right. I'll try to limit my screenshots, even if they are beautiful. So, her soul must still be on the battlefield. It has not yet dawned. She stands under the indigo sky and lets the wind whip at her as she stares off into the distance. Okay. The sky is high and the clouds slide by overhead. Out in the clear sky, sword at hand, she gazes at the great army she's about to confront. The image of her won't leave me. It burns my mind. She and her sword are one. The sword from the stone which had chosen the king. The brilliance of a sword that determined her fate is also her brilliance. But I tilted my head in wondering at this dream. That sword isn't the one she holds. It's similar, but different. The sword she holds now isn't the one she used last night. Oh. But if that's the case, what happened to this incredible sword? Well, depending on the lore, depending on the actual lore, it's thrown into a river in England or some river in the United Kingdom. And whoever finds that sword will be named the ruler of the UK. And then there was like a little like interesting meme thing where like a girl a couple years ago actually found a sword in an English channel and we're like, oh, she is now king. So maybe Fate got it right. Maybe Fate got it right. Does not matter what your sex was. You can become a king nonetheless. Okay, all right. That was good. No, not the red again. Lord have mercy. When I wake from my dream, I find myself in my own room. The bright outside. I must have come back to my room last night, unable to make a decision. Then, fallen asleep while I was watching over Saber. It was a strange dream. What I saw, I had no way of knowing any of that. And that wasn't Saber I knew. Is it even possible for me to dream such a thing? I racked my brain. Saber's identity had been unclear. And honestly, I still can't get my head around who she really is. Saber is Saber. I can't change the way I act around her, and I don't think Saber would want me in that case. I mean, yeah, we went over that earlier with her. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, she did. She looked really cool with the sword last night, but she still looked good with the sword within my dreams. It'd be fair to say I was in awe. The sword last night and the sword from my dream seemed to have left one hell of impression on me. I guess I got a good thing for swords. I thought Lancer's spear was beautiful when I saw it too, but my passion for the swords is on a whole other level. Yo, that's some Zoro mentality right there. It would appear I have a thing for swords. Again, Zoro, Jesus. I drawn into a deep breath and reach up, finding my forehead dripping with sweat. I wipe the sweat away from my forehead. It's winter, but my body feels flushed. Don't know why, but it feels like my blood is getting hotter. It's unsettling. I mean, been through a lot, both of you. Maybe she's taking some of your magical energy. Even though it should be impossible for you right now. My whole body's been hot for some reason. My left hand, the one with my command spells, feels it's holding a hand warmer. I think he's what? Down to 2, right? Like his spells. I take a deep breath, trying to calm myself. Go check. She still hasn't awoken, but it looks like she's stabilizing. Her breathing is even, and that pained look she had last night has smoothened over. Saber is sleeping peacefully. It's a morning like any other. Maybe if I let her sleep, Saber will recover. I think you could, but it's not going to be quick enough. That way I won't have to make her kill anyone. Then she could just stay with me, just the way that she has been. I mean, at the end of the day, there is some merit in there. You don't want her to be changed into something I think she would not want either. I slammed the fist into the wall. I know my own weakness nauseates me. I mean, it's inherently a weakness that you have no control over. I stand up without another sound. I don't know when Saber's going to awaken, but I have to make a decision before she does. Tozuka's not up yet. The house is completely dead. The corridor feels deserted. No. It only feels that way because I'm so down. I can't decide what to do, so the whole world feels hazy, and I'm just wandering in that grayness. I hear something coming through the air. I know that sound. Well, I don't feel like making breakfast, so I'll go take a walk and check it out. It's colder than usual. Must be really cold for me to feel it, feverish as I am. It looks like it might even snow. The shed? Who the fuck's in the shed? The sound of something slicing through the air reaches me at regular intervals. As I cross the yard, my breath missed the air. I find him in front of the shed. Who? Archer? Given how unsurprised I am to find him, I guess I figured he'd be here. He must have been shooting his arrows. The moment Archer sees me, he lowers his bow in displeasure. If he did that, he wouldn't be such of a good archer now, would he? Aha, here we go. The bow of Archer. He doesn't have to tell me that. So the sound was just his bow itself. For some reason, Archer was just plucking his bow and not firing. Yeah, you would think, right? With a name like that, like, oh, they should have modicums to their name, but as we get into Fate, rarely it doesn't make sense. Like, huh, you're a berserker? Really? You're a writer? Okay. It's like the very loosest connection, just for the sake of it. It's like, okay, you just need to give her a class. Sure.
さて、私はお前が知っている弓使いとは違うからな。弓道など聞かれても答えられんぞ。お前たちの弓は己に当てる射であり、私のは敵に当てる矢だ。お前の言うアーチャーというのは礼節を重んじる者のことだろう。
Shoot to kill. His lips curl suddenly, or snidely, I'm sorry. I still can't stand this guy.
誰もお前に弓のことを聞こうだなんて思ってないよ。ただ、何をしているか気になっただけだ。
見ての通り、調子を測っているのだが。セイバーにつけられた傷も癒えた。いつまでも見張り役というわけにもいくまい。
Sure. All the servants have, like, an itch to them. They have to, like, go and fight eventually. I see. So his wounds have healed. That means Tosca will get back into the fight. I turned on my heel. If Tosca and Archer are going to rejoin the battle, I need to make a decision. I need to go somewhere where I can think alone.
斬新という言葉があるな。
え？
ことを済ませた後に保つ間のことだ。
It literally means lingering heart, and it's the concept of dealing with the time you have after making your move.
私の弓術とお前の弓道で唯一共通しているものがそれだと思うのだが。
なんだよ。お前なんかに発説を解かれる覚えはないぞ。
Ooh, but maybe you need it.
まあ聞け。矢を放った後、体は自然と場に止まるという。それを斬新というそうだな。
Yes, there are 8 movements in Kyoto called the Shaho Hatsu. Again, apologies. Which are the 8 principles of shooting. The final step, Zanshin, is what follows after you release your arrow.
それがどうしたって言うんだ、お前。
心構えの話だ。斬新とは己の行為。放った矢が的中するかを確かめるものではない。
Sure, making your next move.
矢とは放つ前にすでに的中しているものだ。射手は自らのイメージ通りに指を離す。ならば、当たるか当たらぬかなど確認する必要はない。射の前に当たらぬと思えば当たらぬし、当たると思えば当たっているのだから。
I mean, that's boastful thinking, but, like, you could be, especially in your case, if you fire it off and, like, it's gonna hit, release, and then it flies off and Berserker's, like, swats it away. I mean, I guess it hit, but it's like, you don't always know the confidence of what will the effect be, so I guess maybe that is what he's trying to go in with. The principle of Zanshin. Hitting is one thing. Dealing anything lasting is another. So you need to prepare for what you're going to do next. I guess maybe they'll hit something in general. Maybe too. This could be the idea he's trying to get at.
そうかな。少なくともお前は百発百中だろ。
He catches me off guard there. I mean, he is right, but...
まあ、そんな話はどうでもいい。言いたいことは一つだけだ。斬新とは、矢が当たるかどうかを見極めるものではない。ならば、斬新とは、その結果を受け入れるための心構えではなかったか。
Accepting the consequences.
わかってる。要するに、最後まで見届けろって言いたいんだろう、お前は。
Okay.
そういうことだ。セイバーのことは聞いた。彼女がこのような状態になるのは、初めから分かっていたことだろう。魔力の提供もなしで戦っていれば、いつかは消える。それはもう決まっていたことだ。ならば。
He's telling me that no matter what I decide, no matter what it does to Saber, all I can do is see it through. I turn my back to Archer. This time, I'm going to be the one to leave Archer hanging.
それともう一つ。気がついていないようだから教えておこう。
His voice comes from behind me.
セイバーはな、宝具を使えば自分が消えると分かっていたはずだ。彼女はおそらく最後まで宝具を使う気はなかったのだろう。
This time I hear nothing of his usual sarcasm.
変わらず、宝具を使った理由は一つ。セイバーは自身が消えることより、お前を守ることを選んだのだ。
You matter. You matter to her.
それを決して忘れ
Never
るな。
forget that. Yeah, she chose you over her own existence. For once, his voice is completely sincere. He's only telling the truth. The park is empty as usual. Maybe because it's chiller than usual. There's hardly anyone out, and looks like I'm the only one who's walking around right now. I mean, I think it would still be risky after everything you've been through to be like, yeah, let's just go to the park. Let me guess. Ilya? Well, I came here to be alone. Now that I'm here, I should think of what to do next. I can't put my decision off any longer. If I want to defeat the other masters and end the Holy Grail War, I need Saber. That's not what this is about, though. I just don't want to lose Saber. But that means I have to have Saber attack people like Ryder did. I can't let her do that. Giving Saber the order is as good as telling her to die. Besides, I think she just refused outright. But when my hand slumps down, I see my left hand. I have 2 command spells left. If I use one, I can force Saber to obey even if she refuses. I bite my lip and sank the thought off. It is ridiculous. Time slips by me as I sat on the bench. I have no idea how long I remained sitting there. But just as my fingers start to tremble from the cold... Ilya time! Yep. I look up, hearing a voice calling to me. Yeah, something happened, alright.
イリア、お前、また一人でこんなところまでやってきたのか。危ないぞ。どこにマスターの目が光ってるか。
Also, your family apparently is pissed every time you leave. I'm about to warn her that the other masters might be lurking nearby, waiting to attack. I catch myself realizing how stupid that would sound. Ilya is a master. I shouldn't be worried about her. We are enemies.
今はイリアと話をする余裕がないんだ。せっかく会えたけど、話し相手になってやれない。今日は冷えるし、帰った方がいいぞ。
I don't get up from the bench as I dismiss Ilya. There are plenty of things I'd like to talk to her about, but I can't think of anything other than Saber right now. How will she take this? What's going on? Ilya doesn't say anything. She's looking at me as if I am a stranger.
イリア、いや、別にお前を邪険にしてるんじゃないんだ。今はちょっといろいろと立て込んでいて。
知ってるわ。セイバーが消えかけてるんでしょ。それでシローはどうしようかって考えてるのよね。
Just out of nowhere, Ilya's voice has gotten so cold and detached.
そんなことで悩むなんてバカみたい。シローがそんなだから、ライダーのマスターにも逃げられたのよ。負けたやつなんて殺しちゃえばいいだけ。
I mean, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong, but like, we gotta care about Saber. I move my feet. Something tells me that this isn't the time to be sitting, so I shifted my weight forward to get up. But my body doesn't move, as if I'm entranced by Ilya.
イリア、お前、なんでそんなこと。
Of course she was watching. Of course. Remember, just because she acts little doesn't mean that she has the mindset of a little girl. At least not completely.
昨日の夜ね、私もあのビルにいただけよ。もっとも、さすがにビルの中で様子を見てるしかなかったけど。
I try to make my hands and feet move, but nothing happens. No, it feels like The more I try to move, the stiffer they get. It's those eyes. Whenever I see Ilia's red eyes, my senses go dull. Yo, Japan and, anime media has this thing about red eyes, man. Red eyes are just so encapsulating.
あ、もう金縛りになったんだ。
Chained down.
シロったら守りも何もないんだもの。一人でいれば簡単に捕まえられるって思ったけど、こんなに簡単に行くなんて。
Bro, you chose now of all times? Man. Ilia gave you a lot of cool conversations, and you still chained us down anyway. But I guess we are masters after all. Opposing ones, I should say.
無駄だよお兄ちゃん。そうなったらもう動けないわ。もうじき声も出なくなるけど、心配しなくていいよ。私もね、今日はお話をしに来たわけじゃないもの。
So you have to make your move now, huh? Ilia's eyes blaze with murderous intent. This is Ilia I saw the other night, Berserker's master.
俺をここで殺すつもりか。
I grit my teeth and gather all my strength. Fucking static. But my fingers won't so much as budge. It's like Ilia's stare has frozen every nerve in my body.
だってもうマスターでいてもしょうがないでしょ。セイバーが消えたらシローは一人きりだもの。いつまでもマスターにさせてられないわ。戦う手段がなくなったシローなんて簡単に殺せるんだから。
Ilia raises her hand. Her slender white fingers reach out for my chest.
他の人に殺され
What is this view? What the fuck? Yo. Oh my god. Get orbed. Get fucking orbed. I kind of want to take a screenshot. I'm sorry. I know I said I wouldn't do as much. But wait a minute. I just didn't consider we're going to do like Fishbowl Islands Ilia over here. Oh, I didn't say the other screenshot. No. All right, I'll just have to go back and get it. So fucking dumb. And it's just, it's just such a dumb little design choice for them to do, but I like it. I like it. It's a fun kind of dumb. Let's see. And boom. All right, let's continue. I'm glad I found you before the others could kill
それ
you.
じゃおやすみなさいお兄ちゃん。どうせセイバーも消えるんだから
Fuck
早
that.
い方がすっきりするでしょ。
No. We got other plans to do, and I ain't gonna be dying here. Especially to a quote unquote sister who has some weird psychopathic tendencies, who lets their own family manipulate them. Fuck that shit. Come on. Muscle through. Muscle through. What the fuck? Like she turned off the TV. My vision fades. My limbs have gone completely numb, and now I can't see either. How long have I been stuck in the darkness? Before I could figure out whether I'm alive or dead, I lose consciousness. Seriously? Really? My body is burning. Even my consciousness has fallen into darkness. The burning in my body tells me I am still alive. Yes, that must mean I'm still alive. Even so, it may only be temporary. Ilia even said,
戦う手段のないシローなんて簡単に殺せるんだから。
the fucking flashbangs. She's absolutely right. Without Saber, I cannot fight a proper battle. A Holy Grail war is a battle between servants, and there's no way I can go up against servants. That's been proven more than enough by now. God fucking red. Each time I got absolutely thrashed. But you powered through, though. Like, your main thing is not to show off, it's to last. That's your way of combat. But I guess that's one of the negatives of this Shiro. Unlike Unlimited Blade Work, where he, you know, could fight back a little bit better, the Shiro can't, to a degree. Like Saber said, all I can do against servants is to try and survive for as long as possible. I couldn't even do that. I was cut to pieces, even thrown out a third-story window. But you lasted a minute, though. That's a feat. It's only this weird, implicit thing going on with my body that's kept me alive. It's so frustrating. It makes me so angry. In the face of an undefeatable opponent, I could not stop the catastrophe in front of me on my own. Even though I decided to fight. I said I was going to fight as a master and vowed not to hurt anyone. And I couldn't even keep those promises. I'm pissed. He does not have the strength to keep his own promises. The champion of justice I strived to emulate when I was young had always had to win, but there would be no point. My body is burning. Every inch of me is trembling with the need to win. But I have neither the means to win, nor a way to fight. What good am I? I can't even fight alongside Saber without bringing her down.
それも間違いだ。エミやシロは格闘には向かない。お前の戦いは精神の戦い。己との戦いであるべきだからだ。
Just believe in yourself, man. Believe in the me that believes in you. Even if you think you can't, just do it. Suddenly I remember Archer saying that.
戦いになれば、エミやシロに勝ち目などない。お前のスキルでは何をやってもサーバントには通じない。
But he's got guts. He's got heart. I know this. And I'm certain being reminded more than enough. God damn, the fucking flashbangs, man. Please, color. Bring me back to a picture.
現実で叶わない相手なら想像の中で勝て。自身が勝てないのなら勝てるものを幻想しろ。
You do not have to remind me. I can only win within my own head. Yo, you is reminding you, man. But what I can't imagine that would never help me win. I can't imagine beating a servant. I don't have such a wild imagination as to fool myself. A fantasy I come up with will be a full of loose threads that could come unraveled. My third-rate imagination hasn't got a prayer against these incredible servants. Then imagine that you could imagine. Take it from there. And that is why, who do I win against? And how do I win? I'm still searching for those answers. Am I really searching for it? The golden sword. It's meant only for her. I don't want it for myself, but you might need it. It's just so beautiful. Just once, I'd like to hold it in my hands. Wait a minute. Is the Fate route gonna allow him to hold Ectoscalibur? For real? Okay. I guess this is just bad habit I've picked up as an untrained mage. Since all I can do is look within myself, I tend to dream about stuff I shouldn't. I should at least be allowed to dream. Yo, envision, man. Envision it. Yo, fuck the Archer Blades. Yo, are we gonna get Excalibur? Please. First, I imagine the thing's basic structure, then reproduce it. Hence, I guess there's not much point to strengthening it. If strengthening is the act of applying something to an existing object, there's not much point in doing that to something that doesn't even exist. That means I need to work harder if I can remember the sword. This is well before the basics. This is from before Kiritsugu taught me strengthening. A mage craft possesses that I thought up on my own and packed with trivial steps. Let's see. How did I do it? How did I give it form? The fucking Flash. When I came to, I had no idea where I was. Ah, fucking Elia with her psychopathic trolls, man. Oh god, camera, please. This place isn't just unfamiliar. There's a luxurious canopy bed, and the plush carpet is ankle deep. There's even a stone fireplace, and it's clearly not just a decoration. What I initially took away from the wallpaper, I realized on inspection, it's actual patterns engraved onto the wall. I've gotten used to fancy decorations like the ones in Shinji's mansion, but this is something else entirely. This is old school classy. It's a little embarrassing to say this out loud, but this place is like a castle from a fairy tale. The vision blurs. My body feels strangely heavy. Maybe I'm having circulation problems or something. I feel like I might fall back asleep if I relax even a little. I try to get my clouded mind working. I was, oh right, Elia paralyzed me and I just passed out. There's nobody in the room. My body feels heavy, but not so bad that I can't even lift a finger like before. If I really work it out, I might be able to lift an arm. Where the fuck are we going with this, Elia? My drowsy mind suddenly jolts to a full alertness. I realize I'm in danger, and so, studying my surroundings carefully, my whole body is weirdly tingly, and I can't get up with my arms tied behind me. There's nothing in here to tell me what time it is. A window. There's a window behind me. I try to turn and get a look, but the curtains are closed, so I can't see outside. All I can say for sure is that the sun has set. I ran into Elia in the morning, so it's been at least half a day. I don't have time for any of this. I have no idea where I am, but I need to get back to Saber as fast as I can. Saber's in a weakened state. I can't be even more of a burden to her by letting something like this happen. I mean, yeah, I will say this was kind of dumb of you to go out into public to think about it. I try to make my arms move. If I'm going to escape, I have something to do about these ropes around my wrist. Here we go. The door opens. I go still, just as Elia enters the room. I'm just a little groggy. Kind of could use a glass of water. How do you think I feel? I'm not doing as great. Elia is not acting at all like she had earlier. The coldness within her eyes is gone. She's back to acting like the cheerful girl she's been at the park the entire day. What is this goddamn split personality shit she has going on? Elia peers into my face, looking puzzled. She seems genuinely concerned for me.
何よ、不満なの？捕まえた敵はね、本当は地下牢に入れておくものなんだよ。
I should count my stars lucky then.
けどそれじゃシローがかわいそうだから、特別に私の部屋に連れてきてあげたのに。
Okay. Well, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but at least I understand what's going on a little bit
なん
better.
となく状況は分かった。俺は捕まって、ここはイリアの住処ってわけか。
I speak flatly, trying to kill my emotions. Until I understand completely what's happening here, I just need to listen.
そうだよ、前に言ったでしょ、私は森の後ろに住んでるんだって。
You did?
ここは樹海の中の城で、周りには何もないわ。シローが住んでる町まで車で何時間もかかるんだもの。助けになんて来るはずもないし、絶対に邪魔も入らない。
Great.
そうか。それは分かったけど、なんだってそんなことをしたんだ。俺を殺すんなら、あの公園でできたじゃないか。
Right, we would have been done with this already. So you brought me here for a purpose.
なんで？私、シローを殺す気なんてないよ。シローは私のだもん。他のマスターは殺す。
You literally just said, oh, because Saber's going out of the woodworks. You might as well kill me. And you were even complaining how I beat Ryder, but I let the master go. And losers should be dealt with. Like, yo, what the fuck?
だから誰も邪魔が入らないようにシローをここに閉じ込めたの。
Uh-huh. This is an Aroga game, or at least it's based off of one, but I was told the 18 plus stuff shouldn't be in this. I will have my hand ready on the saber sensor. I'm letting you all know right now. YouTube, I'm going to move faster than the speed of light if something happens. I'm going to do my very best to censor this. Oh, fake Grand over. Fucking fake remastered. Please don't fucking screw me over like you're about to screw Shiro. Also, by the way, this wasn't in the other two, at least as I remember. Please don't tell me we're going to get some weird shit going on here. I find myself recoiling. Elia pushes her face closer to me, ignoring my agitation.
イリア、ちょっと。
I know it's improper, but the way Elia sits on my lap has my heart racing. Now, do I just gotta put up the fucking saber sensor? Do I just have to? Alright, let's... Oh, God. Let's just press forward and hope I can be a fucking quick click away if I need to. She may not be heavy, but the way she's sitting on my lap has me thinking... Fucking Christ, yo! Fucking visual novel, easy! It's got me thinking kind of graphic thoughts.
やっぱりシローは特別。
In what way?
ねえ、私のサーバントになってみない？シローが私のサーバントになってくれるなら、もう殺さなくて済むわ。シローがうんって言ってくれれば、
Yeah, but that would be
シロ
boring.
ーだけは助けてあげるよ。
You don't need another servant. You just need someone different, is probably what I'm guessing. Elia's words are pure and heartfelt. I know that if I nodded even once, it would be a choice I can't unmake, and I will absolutely come to regret it. On the other hand, if I refuse, that purity will turn into pure wickedness. With Elia leaning so close, my mind grinds to a shrieking halt. She is not saying that this just because she likes me. This is more like an interrogation, a matter of whether I want to live or
考
die.
えるまでもないでしょ。シローにはもうセイバーはいないんだもの。戦う手段なんてないわ。なら、マスターでいてもしょうがないじゃない。
Mhm.
違う。セイバーはまだ消えていない。そんなことさせるもんか。
けど、 そんな状態じゃ簡単に殺されちゃうよ。いいからシローはここにいればいいの。シローがずっとそばにいてくれるなら、私もずっとシローを守ってあげる。
Ilya presses closer against me. I'm not sure what happens if I refuse, but I still can't agree.
離れるんだイリア。どんなに言われても俺は。
Ilya presses her index finger to my lip. Game, please, please, please don't do this to me. She giggles with amusement and watches me be bewilderment.
もう分かってないんだから。いい？今のシローはカゴの中の小鳥なのよ。生かすも殺すも私の自由なんだから、あんまり私を怒らせるようなことは言っちゃダメ。
But I'm not gonna pander you either. I gotta speak from my chest at the end of the day.
10年も待ったんだもの。ここでシローを簡単に殺しちゃうなんて。そんなの
So,
つまらない。
do you want to kill me? Like, what do you want from me? And why 10 years specifically? I mean, we know why, but... What? Ilya talks like she's asking for a toy. The sheer cold-heartedness in her voice sends a shiver down my spine.
これで最後だよお兄ちゃん。もう一度だけ聞いてあげる。
Ilya's eyes shine with hope.
シロー、私のものになりなさい。
Ilya's tone is bewitching and brooks no refusal. Alright, so we're gonna save Scum. We are going to save Scum for sure. Alright, so the correct answer to all this should be no. It should be no. Well, I'm feeling that if we do no, we're just gonna die. We're just gonna get, like, the quick route here, and it's like, oh, you die. But if I say yes, it's like, what does that imply then? Oh, God. Gonna do something stupid. I mean, if I die, I die, and I could just fucking reload, but, like, goddamn. I've only died really once. Alright, game. Do we have to give up more of our pride? Did I make the wrong decision, or did I make the right one? I don't even need to think about it. And shit, even I only have to say so much patience. Every single one of them is sure Saber's going to disappear. Saber won't disappear. I'm going to fight with her until the end. Game, come on. This is a wholesome idea. Please, don't punish me for believing. I can't let this destroy the oath we made.
イリア、お前の言うことは聞けない。俺にはセイバーがいる。セイバーが残っている限り、マスターとして戦うだけだ。
That's the respectable answer. But is the game gonna be like, bitch, you gonna be fucking kidding me? Give me your goddamn heart. Like, okay. Please. Oh, music! I fainted. Alright, come on. Come on. A soft gasp. For a second, her red eyes snapped open as if she had gone into rigor mortis. Wow, really? Really? That much?
そう。あなたまで私を裏切るのね、シロー。
I'm not betraying you. I'm being honest with you, which is something I can tell you have not had in most of your life. I'm just being straight with you. Yo, Ilya. God damn it. Alright, so. Gonna probably die. Ilya backs away. She looks down and maintains her composure.
いいわ。シローが私の言うことを聞かないなら、私もシローの言うことなんて聞かない。
Uh-huh.
今まで見逃してあげたけど、それも これでおしまいなんだから。
Yeah, you've been letting me do whatever the hell I want. You didn't let me stand up and not be chained down, but whatever. His voice is dripping with hostility now. There's something terrible lurking behind that
待っていな
malice.
さい。すぐに用を済ませてくるから。
Yeah? What, is she gonna bring out a fucking torture rack?
待て、何をするつもりだ、イリア。
何って、セイバーとリンを殺しに行くの。二人を殺してくれば、シローも少しは後悔するでしょ。
What? Oh, wait a minute. Hang. Oh, fuck. Yo, Archer, lock in, man. Lock in. Lock the fuck in. Did I make the right choice? I think I made the right choice. I think I made the right choice. Damn, wait. There's more options coming up? Oh, shit. Bro, seriously? Seriously? Oh, Archer. Goddamn. Berserker's coming, man.
バカなことを言うな。セイバーもトーサカも関係ない。俺は自分だけの都合でイリアとはいられないって言ってるんだ。
If you were going to say that you're going to fight them because you're a master and that's your obligation, that's one thing. But if you're fighting this to take it out on me, come on now.
そうなの？けど、二人は殺すわ。それが終わったら、次はシローの番よ。私のものにならないのなら。
I'm so sorry that you had to grow up with this mindset, but this is not the way of the world. Or at least the way of a true world. If only we could have had more conversations in the park, Ilya. Maybe you would have understood that. I hear Ilya's footsteps moving off. Ilya's serious. She really means to go kill Saber and Totsuka.
やめろ、イリア。セイバーもトーサカも関係ないだろう。捕まってるのは俺なんだから。憎いって言うなら俺だけにしろ。二人を殺す理由なんてない。
理由はあるわ。私以外のマスターは生かしておけないもの。それが聖杯戦争でしょ。
Using that as a mask for what you really want to do, huh?
バカ、簡単に人を殺すなんて言うな。お前にはそんなの似合わない。イリアはまだ子供なんだから、そんな真似だけはしちゃダメだ。
Ilya stares at me in disbelief.
残念ね。私はもうマスターを殺してるんだよ。
Did you?
お兄ちゃん。
Oh. She sounds joyful as she says that.
もっとも、それは昨日の話だけど、予想外といえば予想外だったかな。私、あいつはお兄ちゃんが手を下すって思ってた。
Wait. Is she implying she killed Shinji? Whoa! Ilya in this route is making moves. Damn. She killed Shinji in this route. Holy fuck. I guess Shinji's not going to be the goddamn catalyst for the fucking second half. Okay, never mind. In that instance, yep. I surprisingly understand exactly what she's talking about. Ilya was in the building last night, which means she must have seen the master running for his life at the perfect prey. I mean, he was a piece of shit, but like, boy.
ごめんね。シローがやらないから私がやっちゃった。本当は横取りって好きじゃないんだけど。
He doesn't sound guilty at all. It probably meant nothing to her. Unfortunately, she is a person that grew up with the wrong mindset. It's an uphill battle for you to try and teach her this. And unless you have the power to, she's not going to listen. She makes me realize something. I've probably known this since the moment we first met. She really doesn't know the difference between good and evil. The innocent laugh is just as much as Ilya as the merciless laugh I hear now. It's not that Ilya has a devil on the shoulder and an angel on the other. Ilya, however angelic she may look, is a devil.
それじゃあ行ってくるわ。
Hell, we're gonna find the good in the devil somehow. Somehow, some way.
帰ってきたらシローの番なんだから、せいぜい逃げ出す努力でもしていなさい。
Uh-huh.
もっとも、カゴから逃げ出せないから、小鳥は小鳥なの。
Now, this little bird's a goddamn hawk, so
お兄ちゃん
be careful.
この鳥カゴからは出られないでしょうけど。
Doubt me all you want. Gives me more leg up. Alright. Gotta think. Ilya leaves. She's absolutely right, of course. She knows nothing of threats or attacks, so she just says the truth. Well, I can't stay here forever. I need to escape and meet up with Saber before Ilya can attack her. I shake myself, trying to loosen the ropes around my wrist. Maybe she really doesn't think I can escape. There's no one else here. If I'm not being watched, even I can manage to get out of the rope somehow. My body just won't listen to me. My limbs move, but they are heavily led, and just trying to move it at all is exhausting. I can't move like this. Even if I get out of the ropes, I won't be able to escape the room if I can't hardly move. Yo, there needs to be potions in this world. Potions would go a mile if we had some. They must be mystic eyes. I hear truly superior mages can perform some sort of magecraft just by making eye contact with the other target. Restraint is a common effect from the mystic eyes, so that's probably what is going on here. Eyes are somehow we take in visual information, and so subsequently to suggestion and spells. And that is why most mages employ some sort of protection on their eyes to block out other other mages' magecraft. I mean, again, you don't have a lot of stuff to work with, man. But, yeah. Well, at least that was from the mystic eyes learned throughout magecraft. Some monsters are born with mystic eyes and don't even need to look to lock eyes with other contacts. Really? Just by being in their presence and then they just hone in on you? Crazy. I hear all they need to do is just look to use whatever ability they have, but it's also extremely rare for people to have powers like this. And, luckily, Ilya's mystic eyes aren't unique or special. They're just a means of sending magical energy at a target. And that means there has to be a way to dispel the effect. Ilya's magical energy is invading my nerves, preventing me from moving. If I can get rid of the magical energy, that should fix my paralysis. Alright, so how we flush it out. I close my eyes and focus inward on my own body. I may not have the skill to detect and remove foreign magical energy that's invaded my body, but I don't need anything like that. So as long as I'm dealing with magical energy that hasn't become a curse and taken root within my body, if Ilya's magical energy is lingering, stagnant within my body, I just need a stronger flow of magical energy through my body to flush it out. Agitate yourself. I apologize to my body for what I'm about to put it through. Yeah, after constant just pain and stress. All I have to do is focus on my daily routine. The ritual where I force a foreign nerve down my spine. Oh, right. No, not anymore. I don't need to build it up from scratch anymore. Now all I have to do is flip the switch. Right, the switch. The switch training. Instead of creating a magical circuit within my body, I just have to switch my nerves into a magical circuit. Teleson. I murmur the spells to focus myself. You don't need spells to change the world around you. They're to be used on yourself to empower you to change the world. For mages, there's a way to ignite a kind of self-transformation. Spells are the first, most basic magecraft used to create a mystic, just for you, a command that will only work on you. An activation ritual, I guess. Basic structure analyze. My blood flow accelerates. Power builds within my blood. My body is becoming a machine for circulating magical energy. Yo, if he really could fasten his strengthening, he could basically become like Luffy and gear 2 himself. Probably thanks to the gems Tosca's made me swallow. Pause. Normally, this would take me at least an hour, now that I'm able to do it almost instantaneously. Also, Saber's training too about being quick with your decisions.
構成材質解明
I don't even need to flip the switch at this rate. I can just let the magical energy circulate and let my hands go. Actually, I say flip the switch, but I still haven't found the switch to begin with. He's just fucking finally like focusing. That's all he's doing. Heat rushes into me. I try to get control over my pounding heart, and my hands slid from the bucking reins. He did accelerate. Blood spurts from my mouth. I must have opened a vein and tore something inside me. Oh, fuck. I channeled enough magical energy to flush out the mud that has invaded me. So it's no wonder I'm actually throwing up blood. Luckily, I don't feel any
痛みが
pain.
ないのはあれかなまた例の自然治癒かな
Right. That's useful. It's abnormal of my body that I still don't understand, but I'm delighted to have it as time like this. The ability to heal any non-fatal wound is my biggest and only strength right now. I do need to be careful not to rely on it too much, right? Because it probably negatively affects Saber, who's already in a bad state. Since I have no idea how it works, relying on it too much risks losing it all. So I can't rely on miracles that I don't understand.
あとは縄だけだ
There we go. My wrists were bruised, but I wasn't bound tightly enough to be cut off to do a circulation. I don't think Ilya tied me up, but I wasn't bound very tightly. Besides, I doubt it was Ilya who carried me in here anyway. Who here, other than Ilya, might be all that
ま
strong?
さかは論外だあいつが縄を締めたらその時点で俺の手首なんてへし折られてる
So, analyzing the situation, that she probably has guards here. I try to crack a joke. Side effects. I control my body, but I pushed it too far. While I may not be injured, magical energy is raging through my body. Just moving around is likely to tear my insides up. It's probably the pain, dizziness, nausea, racked my entire body. And I have no feeling at the ends of my arms and legs. I'm not going to get home before Ilya gets back. Not like this.
弱気なそんなこと言ってる場合じゃない
I slap my cheeks and start walking. Nani? As soon as I lean against the wall and start towards the door, I hear something on the other side of the wall. Footsteps. More than one set of footsteps. People are approaching my door and talking. They stopped right in front of my door.
くそなんだってこのタイミングで
There's no time to hide. I need to. Fuck. More decisions. I need to just have to fight. The moment the door opens, I need to make the first move. I'm in no state to fight. I'll sit in the chair and pretend to be tied up. What about the bed over there? He said there's no time to hide, so... I think I'm going to go with the chair idea, because I actually was thinking, like, just pretend to be tied up. And fighting would be a bad move right now. There's no time for me to hesitate. I can't possibly fight like this, so I need to be careful until I recovered. I put my wrists together to make it look like I'm tied up. Could be Ilya or someone else from the castle. I just need to remain sitting here looking like I'm bound, right up until the very last moment when the person comes in.
無事ですか、シロ。
What the f... No. Bullshit. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Oh. What the fuck? You guys were here? You guys were here the entire time? Or following me? What the fuck? Nani? How much time has passed? I don't believe it. This is too good to be true. This is way too good to be true. My eyes widened. For a moment, I genuinely thought I'm hallucinating out of sheer desperate hope. Me too.
縛られているのですね。すぐに解きますからそのまま。
Nah, don't worry about it.
いや、縄は解けてるんだけど。
Yeah, I was kind of in the process of escaping. I bring out my hands in front.
話が見えないのですが、シロはここで囚われていたのでは。
No, I was. Oh, I absolutely was.
いや、なんとか自由になって逃げ出そうとしたところで誰か来たから、とりあえず捕まったふりをしてたんだけど。
なるほど。敵を油断させて脱出を確かなものにしようとしたのですね。
Yep. Saber looks impressed. I'm not going to tell her that I hadn't managed to think of anything further than that. Correct.
それよりセイバーだよな。幻じゃない、本物のセイバー。
I hope so. I hope this is not some fucked up illusion she did. I stand up and touch Saber. Hey.
シロ、待ってください。そのように触られては。
Touch the king.
本物だ。あ、けどどうしてここに？
Fuck that. How are you standing right now?
どうしてなんて、そんなことは言うまでもないでしょう。サーバントがマスターを守るのに理由はいりません。シロが囚われたのなら、助けに来るのは当然ではない。
You just knew? Like, is that a part of the deal? Like, there's a contract in there? Like, yeah, you can feel when your master gets captured.
いや、だからどうして俺が捕まったって知ってるんだよ。いや、そんなことよりどうしてここにいるんだセイバー。ここはイリアの隠れ家。
それは私のセリフです。あなたこそ何をやっていたのですか？
This was not part of my plan. I just went on a stroll.
一人で行動するなどあれほど言っていたのに、やすやすとイリアスピールに拉致され、このような場所に監禁されるなんて。
She is right, though. She is right.
シロはマスター失格です。この件については何らかの謝罪をしてもらわなければ気が済みません。
We should. We should.
確かにそれは軽率だった。けどどうしてセイバーがここにいるんだ？セイバー満足に動けないんだろ？だっていうのにイリアの本拠地に来るなんて。
Right, she's also not in her armor, which is also important. So she's definitely low on energy still.
あなたこそ何を考えているのです。サーバントはマスターを守る者。シロが囚われたのですから、イリアスピールの本拠地だろうと関係はありません。
Saber as blunt as ever. She's exactly as she always is. This isn't the weak, slumbering Saber from last night.
シロ、どうしたのです？急に黙り込んで。やはり捕まっている間に傷を負ったのですか？
Mentally, yes, that's for sure.
いや、そうじゃない。俺のことはいいんだ。それよりセイバーこそ元気そうでよかった。
Good king. Hey, I'm genuinely relieved. Surprised to see Saber here, but I'm even more happier to see that she's herself. Again, we made the right call, or at least I believed we were going to make the right call. Don't have her kill anyone. Follow your own instincts. We told Ilya also, no, we're not going to be your servant. We're going with what we believe in. The gut instincts. I know it's selfish for me to think this way, but I think this is how Saber should be. Aww.
すまなかったな、セイバー。事情はよくわからないけど、俺を助けに来てくれたんだろ？
はい。サーバントとしてマスターを救うのは当然ですから。
ありがとう。お前が来てくれて本当に助かった。
Oh, I'm blushing. What a relief. Everything's sorted out itself. Now I just need to get out of here with Saber. Yeah, maybe want to hold off, on saying everything's going to be fine. Let's actually get home first. Hey, Rin, how you doing? Wait a minute. Is Tosaka?
Tosaka.
You're here too? Are you real or are you really here?
思ったより元気そうじゃない。これじゃあ私たちが出向く必要もなかったかしら。
I mean, I'm glad to see you too. The more the merrier, because we're really in a bad situation.
だからそう言っただろ。
No! Oh,
エリア
man.
放っておけと。
Everyone's here to look down on Emiya. Fuck. But to be fair, yeah. I said it too. It was a really, really bad, dumb idea for him to just leave that compound when his asset, aka Saber, was hurt and injured. Like, no, stay inside. You need a place to think. That's fine. Just fucking go to your room or someplace just to be like, alright, I need to think to myself. Damn. Fuck. Now everyone's shaming Shiro.
この手の男はな、周りに迷惑をかけるだけかけて、自分だけは生き延びるのだ。今回の
Man, wait, come on
捨てて
now.
おけば勝手に死んでくれたもの。
I don't only cause trouble for you guys. I do some good things too.
な
Damn.
りません、アーチャー。
No.
助力を頼んだのは私ですが、あなたに白を侮辱する権利などないはずです。
Alright, can we skip the small talk? Let's get out of here before Berserker comes here, please.
いざ主が助かればそれか。マスターもマスターなら、サーバントもサーバントだ。協力者に対するありがたみなどないようだな。
And that's why they're a perfect fit.
ま、いずれ戦う身だ。情など持たれない方がやりやすくはあるが。
Yeah, Rin's like, he's right, but I shouldn't say anything. He must have a hit a nerve as Saber grows silent. This guy, he's not just unfriendly to me, he even treats Saber the same way. Yeah, let me move closer. Yeah.
そこまでよ。今がどんな状況なのか忘れてるわけじゃないでしょうね、あーちゃん。
Yeah, we're deep in enemy territory, so let's get a move
お
on.
しゃべりなんてしてる暇はないわ。イリアスフィールが戻ってくる前に撤退しないと。
ちょっと待ってくれ。遠坂たちはここがイリアの住みかだって知っててきたのか。
Of course.
いや、そもそも
Ilya left saying she was going to kill Tuska and Saber. This means Ilya and Tuska passed each other.
助かった。今頃イリアはうちに向かってると思う。遠坂たちがここに来てくれなかったらイリアと戦
ええ、そうみたいね。イリアとバーサーカーが外に出たのは確認したわ。まあ、そうでもなければこんなところまで忍び込まないけど。
But again, that's not gonna be long. That's not gonna be long. Let's go. Let's move, move, move. I get it. Saber and Tuska only managed to pull something so bold off because they saw Ilya leave. She's bold as ever, but this time the brazenness worked out in our advantage, so I'm impressed.
とにかく話は後よ。ここがアインツベルンのアジトって分かった時は覚悟してきたけど、合わないならそれに越したことはないでしょう。
Mm-hmm.
セイバーがそんな調子じゃ、バーサーカーには太刀打ちできないしね。
Yeah. Yeah. Tuska gestures for me and Saber to separate.
セイバーがそんな調子ってどこがだよ。
I mean, it has not been clear. She has like little to no energy to fight.
顔色もいいし、もう以前のセイバーじゃないか。
But she's not in her armor.
あなたね、そんな都合のいい話があるわけないでしょ。セイバーは全く回復してないわ。立っているだけが精一杯って見てわからない？
リン、それは黙っていると約束したはずです。
Mm-hmm.
悪いわね。そんなの破棄よ。黙っていてもマイナスなだけだし、そもそも隠し通せる問題じゃないわ。
True. Again, just like you guys compared us, you guys are quick to the punch on, like, you know, saying what needs to be said. Even if it hurts some feelings.
それはそうですが、しかし。
Alright. We can feel bad about our situation, but let's just keep moving. She sounds so pained. And now I see nothing has changed with her situation.
今の話は本当なのか。
She got here to be motivated to help her.
はい。リンの言うことは正しい。恥ずかしい話ですが、今の私ではセイバーとして戦うことはできません。できることといえば、シローの盾になることぐらいでしょうか。
Then again, let's move.
そんなことだろうと思ったわ。武装もできないぐらい弱ってるくせに一緒に行くって聞かないんだもの。
Loyalty right there. And also bonding.
戦えない代わりにマスターをかばおうとでも思ったんでしょ。
She's so weak she can't even arm herself. She was willing to become a shield since she couldn't fight. What kind of absurd nonsense is she saying? That's your kind of logic, my man.
すまないシロー。このような体ではサーバント失格だとは分かっていますが、それでも盾の役割はできます。不服だとは思いますが、今はそれで。
It's not something that he likes, but he's gonna have to accept it. Oh, come on. Why does Saber never think about herself? Why is she only ever worried about everyone else? That's just the kind of king that she is.
ふざけんな。そんなの不服に決まってるだろう。遠坂、お前なんだってセイバーを連れてきたんだ。今は俺のことよりセイバーの方がずっと大事だって分かってたんじゃないのか。
I mean, if you die, she dies too. So it was a matter of just trying to get both of you in a good situation, so.
何よ、私だって反対したわよ。けどセイバーはどうしてもって聞かないし、そもそもセイバーじゃないとあんたの居場所はわからなかったわ。
お前、それでも。
I want to tell her that she shouldn't have brought Saber, but I stopped myself. I have no business criticizing. This is only happening because I went out and got captured. Tosca and Saber were just doing what they thought was right.
口喧嘩も結構だがな。今そこまでにしておけ、リン。
Right, let's go.
マスターならば自分の住処の異常には敏感だろう。悠長に説明している暇はないぞ。
Mm-hmm.
そうね。イリアスフィールのやつ、今頃慌てて戻ってきている頃だものね。いいわ。話は後にしてあげる。今はこの城から出ることが先決よ。それでいいわね、シロ。
Yep.
シロー、私たちも。
Yeah, we gotta leave.
けど。
Saber is as bad as she was last night. It was hard for her to even walk right now. I don't want to push Saber any harder than I already have.
まったく。どうやら私も甘く見られたものですね。
Right, you still underestimate her. Come on now.
セイバ
いくら魔力が尽きているとはいえ、今でもシローよりは戦えます。私から見れば、シローの方こそ消えてしまいそうで怖い。
Yo, even weak, I'm still better than you.
リンは気がついていないようですが、体内の魔力が乱れているのではないですか。
Yeah, well, I had, tried to figure out a way to do this.
いや、けどこんなのは大したことじゃない。
Exactly.
我慢すれば持ちこたえられる程度だ。
You both are muscling through the pain. Let's go.
俺は全然大丈夫だぞ。本当。
では、私もシローと同じです。苦しいですが、我慢しきれないものではありません。
Mm-hmm.
突然のことで状況がつかめないと思いますが、今はリンに従いましょう。話をするのなら、それは家に帰ってからです。
Saber encourages me to go. I give up. She looks so serious, so determined that I can't worry anymore.
そうだな。話したいことは山ほどあるけど、それは無事に帰ってからにする。
I want to ask about Saber's condition, and I want to thank her for coming to rescue me. Not the time, man. You can do that later. But now isn't the time to ask her about that dream I had.
よし、行こう、セイバー。
I nod and get moving as best I can. Every step is a supreme effort, but this isn't the time to be whining every weakness as she is. Saber came all the way here. Yo, this place is goddamn crazy. Is this the hallway? This corridor wouldn't be out of a place in a museum. Elias Casa must be massive.
ちょっと見とれてる場合じゃないわよ。この城から出ても
外は一面樹海なんだから急がないと朝になるわ。
一面の樹海？じゃあここ本当に山の中なのか。宮山町から車で何時間っていう
そう、アインツベルンの隠し城よ。この城から出た後何時間もかけて森を抜けなくちゃならないの。今は夜だし朝日が昇るまでには森を抜けるわよ。
Alright, let's go. Tosuka heads through the hallway with no hesitation for a moment. She's probably heading towards whatever door they snuck
今が
through.
夜なのは知ってたけど、一体どのぐらい捕まってたんだ俺は。
I thought it was about half a day, but maybe it's actually been a few days.
シローがイリアスフィールに囚われたのは朝方でしょ。日付は変わってしまいましたから、形の上では丸一日囚われていたことになる。
そうか、面目ない。
いいえ、そのようなことはありません。イリアスフィールに捕まってこれだけの時間が過ぎたというのに、シローは無事でした。
それはそうかもしれないけど。
ええ、イリアスフィールは少女に見えてもアインツベルンの魔術師です。もし彼女に屈していたのなら、シローはシローではなくなっていたでしょう。
See? Right choice.
私とてその可能性を考慮しなかったわけではありません。最悪あなたは死んでいるものと覚悟して
I mean, if I would have
この城に
died,
足を踏み入れたのです。
if I died, you probably would have felt it within your existence.
だ
But
から
I made the right choice.
ここでシローと再会できてよかった。
Wholesome. All wholesome.
マスターが無事な姿を見せているのですから、私も負けるわけにはいきません。
I feel the same way. I couldn't stand not knowing if Saber was safe or not.
ちょっとやる気あるのかっていうのよ。
Right, let's
も
go.
たもたしてると本気で先に行くからね。
Tosuka pops her head from the bend of the corner to yell at us.
話してる場合じゃなかった。急ごう、セイバー。
I break into a run, urging Saber to do the same. Ugh, everything hurts, but I grit my teeth and keep going. I drive my aching body on, following Tosuka. As I half limp, half run, Saber brings up the rear. She must be in a lot of pain too. She's pretending not to be, but she's in no condition for this.
苦しかったな。
I want to tell her I'll give her a helping hand, but I stop myself, saying that this would just make Saber dig in her heels and be more determined not to accept it. All I can do is keep my eyes on her. Once Saber is too exhausted to complain, I'll just carry her. There you go. Honestly, Saber can be incorrigible sometimes. She has to be forced to even take a break. Again, like master, like servant. And so, with Tosuka leading the way, we managed to get to the exit. Here we go
出
again.
口ってここ入り口じゃないのか、父さん。
何当たり前のこと言ってるのよ。玄関っていうのはそういうものでしょ。入る時も出る時もここが一番手っ取り早いんだから。
Tosuka hurries down the stairs. Well, I'm in no position to complain. Saber and I head down the stairs into the hall. It looks like a lobby. All we have to do now is head out through the big door at the other end of the hall and we're out of here, but it's not going to be that simple.
ここまで来たら大丈夫。問題は森に出てからだけど、まあ夜だし、闇に乗じて国道まで出られるかな。
If it's like unlimited blade works, I think I know where this is going. At least in the sense of the immediate threat. The immediate threat.
イリアスフィールが戻ってきて、シロがいないって気づいたところで、後の祭りよ。あいつが帰ってくる頃には朝になっちゃってるしね。
I mean, she sounds like she can move quick. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. You obviously got a problem. Uh-huh.
いや、別に。父さんは大物だなって再確認してただけだ。
変なところでおかしな確認するのね、あなた。
Well, I was getting at her just walking into the enemy stronghold at the front door.
まあいいわ。とにかく外に出ましょう。帰り道は覚えているから迷うこともないしね。
Alright, cool. We head towards the entrance. A long, narrow hall extends from the lobby. At the end of it is an enormous door. The hall is, unbelievably, about 30 meters long. I remember that we are standing in an actual castle, but in the next
なん
moment...
だ、もう帰っちゃうの？せっかく来たのに残念ね。
Here we go. Ilya shouldn't be here, but her giggling voice echoes up and down the hall. I whirl around. Everyone skids to a stop. The instant we see our enemy, we know we're dead as soon as we turn backs to them. No! He's here! Fuck! Here comes Hercules.
イリアスフィル。
Tuska's voice trembles. Back at the other end of the hall, we see her standing at the top of the stairs we just descended. She shouldn't be here. Ironically, it's similar arrangement to our first meeting. Ilya is standing above us with Berserker behind her. Berserker's presence is overwhelming. Now that I can assess a servant's strength, I understand what a monster he really is. We can't do this. Even if Saber was full strength, Berserker is just too powerful. God, that sketch work is so good. It wouldn't even be a battle. The monster can't be beat. Not in a fight. If we are ever going to beat Berserker, we must figure out how to do it without fighting him. In other words, if we want to live, we need to stay far away from Berserker. But that's also easier said than done.
こんばんは。あなたの方から来てくれて嬉しいわ。リン。
Ilya's voice is cheerful and bouncy. She's smiling the same smile I saw that night we met. Innocent but merciless, she won't settle to squash us like Buzz. And that's when I realized we're not going to escape, period. No matter what I do, I can't stop Ilya. Even if I try to draw Ilya's attention, that won't let Tosca and the others escape.
どうしたの？黙っていちゃつまらないわ。せっかく時間をあげてるんだから、遺言ぐらい残した方がいいと思うな。
She giggles, but she won't have time for these kinds of games. We need to run to the entrance the second we can find an opening. If we know we'll never get an opening again, all we can do is just wait and hope.
一つ聞いてあげる。
Even in this situation, Tosca takes a step closer to
イリアス
Ilya.
フィール。あんたが戻ってきた気配はなかったけど、もしかしてずっと隠れてたのかしら？
そうよ。私はどこにも行っていないわ。私はね、ここからあなたたちの道化ぶりを眺めていただけ。
そう。外に出て行ったのは偽物ってわけ。
ええ、あなたたちが来ることは分かってたもの。私は主人なんだから、お客様のおもてなしをしないといけないでしょ。
Right then, the giant vanishes. I'm not sure if it jumped or just moved. The next thing I know, Berserker appears in the middle of the lobby, creating a whirlwind. Bud is so fucking menacing. I love it. I love it. Here we go. This is the end for us. If we retreat towards the entrance, he'll slice us in half with the axe sword the moment we turn our backs. But if we're dead, we stay here too. Our only option is to challenge the walking mass of death, however, futile as it may be.
おしゃべりはおしまい。それじゃあ、始めよっか。バーサーカー。
The pale girl raises her hand as if performing a ritual and looks down at us.
誓うわ。今日は一人も逃がさない。
Her declaration is equal parts murderous intent and delight. Here we go. Berserker's eyes lit up before Berserker had moved only as Ilya ordered, but now he's free to act, and he identifies us as enemies. Something's making a grinding sound. Tosuka grits her teeth as if in regret. Tosuka speaks quietly without turning. Yeah, he's gotta be a sacrificial pawn. She's just ordered her servant to death. This is the only way. She did this just to save Shiro, but in the end, she's gonna lose the competition. Archer doesn't answer.
私たちはその隙に逃げる。アーチャーには私たちが逃げ切るまで時間を稼いでもらうわ。
Tosuka continues to giving orders, ignoring Saber. Her voice is cold, devoid of emotion. Yeah, she just lost the competition now. Archer, who had been silent as if pondering something, his eyes fixed on Berserker, gives a slight nod.
賢明だ。リンたちが先に逃げてくれれば、私も逃げられる。
No, you won't. No, you won't.
単独行動は騎兵の得意分野だからな。
He takes a step forward as if to protect Tosuka. Berserker doesn't move. Ilya's laughter echoes from above.
へえ、びっくり。そんな誰とも知らないサーバントで私のヘラクレスを止めるって言うんだ。なんだ。
Yeah, you never know until you try.
可愛いとこあるのね、リン。
Neither Tosuka nor Archer are in any position to object. They know better than anyone. Yo, the back! Archer steps forward. Is empty-handed as usual. Tosuka looks at Archer's back. There's nothing she can say to him now. She must know her orders are absurd. They are the amounted to telling Archer to die so we could escape. It's a suicide run. Tosuka's about to say something, but
ところでリン、一つ確認していいかな。
Archer interrupts her, speaking so nonchalantly that it seems out of place.
いいわ。何？
Tosuka turns to Archer, her eyes downcasted. Archer gazes, stays locked on Berserker.
時間を稼ぐのはいいが、別にあれを倒してしまっても構わんのだろ。
Sure, if you can. It sounds completely ridiculous.
あーちゃん、あんた。ええ、遠慮はいらないわ。ガツンと痛い目に合わせてやって、あーちゃん。
Fight on, Archer. Fight on.
ならば、期待に応えるとしよう。
Archer walks forward only 10 meters until he reaches Berserker. At this distance, it could close on Archer instantly.
バカにして。いいわ。やりなさい、バーサーカー。そんな生意気なやつ、バラバラにして構わない。
Fragile eagle there, Ilya. Ilya's voice is hysterical. Tosuka turns her back, not paying attention.
行くわ。外に出れば、それで私たちの勝ちになる。
Tosuka grabs my hand as well as Saber's and runs. Saber doesn't object, she follows Tosuka. I started running towards the entrance, leaving Archer behind. Then, from behind me, he calls out to me, his back still to me. I let go of Tosuka's hands and turned around. In the lobby, now a good ways from me, I see Archer's back as he faces down Berserker.
お前は戦うものではなく、生み出すものに過ぎん。
Berserker draws near. Archer is still empty-handed, and he doesn't take a single step while he watches his enemy close in.
お前にできることは一つだけだろう。ならば、その一つを極めてみろ。
Archer raises one hand. I have no idea when he got it, but he's holding a short sword now.
イメージするものは常に最強の自分だ。外敵などいらぬ。お前にとって戦う相手とは
Believe.
自身のイメージに他ならない。
I see him start to shift. Berserker's sword sends a rush of wind ahead of him. I turned around and run, not staying to watch the clash. Tosca and Saber are already at the entrance. I run and I don't look back. The sight of a man in red made it clear that I need to go. Damn, we're not going to see the clash? Of course not. We hurry through the long hallway and out through the gate. Hard as it is to believe, we really are in a castle, and an old one at that, hidden deep within the forest. The whole place is surrounded by trees as far as I can see, and I can't see any buildings, or even the sky in the distance. Mm-hmm. 3 hours, huh? Honestly, I'm not sure if I'll last that long. I'm not tired, but the pain gets worse with every step. If I could at least rest, my fever might break. We don't have time for that, though. Push through. Tozuka sounds every bit as hurried. She's given Archer his orders. As composed as she looks, I can see the regret weighing on her. Move, 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 ladies and gents. Saber's eyes are downcast, but she breaks into a run with us. We follow Tozuka as she slips between the trees. Saber's breath rattles loudly in her chest as she runs beside me. It's too dark for me to see clearly, but I can tell she's struggling. I can't ignore it any longer. Saber loses her balance. I sweep in from the side and take hold of her before she hits the ground. Yo, 2 injured people saying, I got you.
何を言うのです、シロ。この程度の苦境、今まで何度も経験してきました。
何言ってんだ。何度経験していようが、苦しいものは苦しいだろう。いいから、少しは弱音を吐けってんだ。
I pull her arm. Saber hardly weighs anything now. I gather her effortlessly into my arms. Aha, here we go. It's called carrying.
何言って、しばらく休んでろ。そんな顔で走られてちゃ。こっちが先に参っちまう。
ブレーナ、話しなさい。この程度で私が倒れるとでも思っているのですか。
Saber struggles in my arms, but her resistance is weak. Her thin arms are no real strength in them as she pushes at my chest. God damn. Okay, fucking dialogue. It pains me to see that's how weak she's gotten. I never imagined Saber could be too weak to push away from someone picking her up.
何を考えているのですか、シロ。このようなこと、いくらマスターといえど許しません。
Whatever, let's go. Let's go. Saber struggling against me, her face beat red. I can't really blame her. This must be terribly embarrassing for a position for a knight to be in, but now isn't the time to be worrying about that.
俺を振りほどけないぐらい弱ってるくせに大丈夫なわけがないだろう。それでも効かないって言うなら、レージを使うしかなくなるぞ。
True.
卑怯な。こんなことでレージを使うなど、そんな無意を容認できるはずがない。
All right then, we're gonna push through.
おとなしくしてろ。急がないと遠坂に置いていかれる。
Sarah must have given up as she reluctantly falls silent. That's good enough for now. As long as she's not struggling, I can carry her and run at the same time. Go, go, go. Spots burst across my vision as I run. My blood pumps faster. I try to fight down the nausea burning at my back of my throat, gritting my teeth with every step. My breathing is erratic, but I do that all that I can to hold the pain at bay. There is a reason for that.
シロ、下ろしてください。やはり私も走りますから。
The moment she sees me struggling, Saber looks up at me, concerned. I can't stop now.
甘く見るな。セイバー一人どうってことないぞ。壊れたストーブに比べれば、女の子一人分なんて空気みたいなもんだ。
Nah.
ですが、
いいから黙っててくれ。 ギブアンドテイクって言葉知ってるか？今まで助けてもらったんだから、これぐらいしないと釣り合わないんだよ。
There you
こ
go.
こらで借りを返しておかないと、明日から守ってもらえないだろ。
いえ、そんなことはないのですが、私の方こそ。
そりゃよかった。じゃ、きついのは今回限りだな。がぜんやる気が湧いてきた。
I take a breath and pick up the pace. Tosca knows very well that I have Saber in my arms, but she keeps taking us through narrower and narrower paths. It's as a good thing Saber's so light, but following Tosca is a trial all on its own.
喋ると舌を噛むぞ。黙っていてくれた方が俺も助かるんだから。
はい。それではマスターの指示に従います。
Saber relaxes in my arms. She was tense earlier, but made carrying her harder. Now it's a bit easier. The problem now is whether Saber and I will be in our destination. I don't know how long we've been running. Maybe 30 minutes. Maybe an hour. Well, they said about 3 hours, so. Rolling doesn't take a lot out of me. I've been training hard and Saber so lightly. But right now, there's something wrong inside me. The more I move, the dizzier I feel. I feel like I'm about to throw up. I would have understood if it had been bitten by a snake and the poison was doing a number on me, since we were in a forest. This pain won't bring me to my knees. It's just a heaviness in my chest, and I need to throw something up. And it's nothing compared to the heat I've been feeling in my arms right now. Saber closed her eyes as if she were sleeping. She's not resisting, she's relaxed. Her body is growing hotter by the minute. Her clothes are damp with sweat. Oh, Jesus. Oh, boy. Even though it's in the middle of winter and she tucked her head down to hide her labored breathing from me. It'll be a repeat of that one night. The night Saber collapsed from exhausting after using her noble phantasm. I have a funny feeling that's not what's happening here. Saber's condition hasn't changed since that night. Oh, I guess that's also true. Was she able to talk until now because she was just in a brief window before it disappeared? I run in an attempt to prevent that from coming true. I don't care what happens to my body. I move my feet as fast as I can, hoping that we can do something as long as we make it home. Ooh, boy. I very nearly tripped and skid to a stop, leaning my back against a tree. I taste blood, so that's where the nausea is coming from. None got on Saber, since it was just a little bit, but the source of nausea churns my chest. Saber would be pretty upset about the waste of food if I threw up. Actually, knowing Saber, she might as well cut me in half for it. Yep, that's funny. That's a bit of levity. That bit of levity lends me just a little bit more energy. Okay, break's over. Is it her time to carry him? I don't know. She wasn't asleep. Saber speaks up from where she lies in my arms.
ですから、シロは一人で逃げるべきです。その体では私を連れて行くことはできません。
そんなことあるか。今のはただ転んだだけだ。こんなの。
あるわよ。そんな死人みたいな顔で何言ってるんだか。
I mean, they both are in terrible conditions. Hey, Tosca comes back for some reason.
強がるのは勝手だけどね。いくら夜の森だからって口元の血ぐらい隠しなさい。それじゃあセイバーに心配されるのも当然よ。
よかった。リンがいるのなら話が早い。
でしょうね。セイバーの言いたいことはわかるわ。時間もないことだし、そこの大バカにもわかるようにさっさと言ってやって。
Uh-huh. Saber nods.
リン、私をここに置いていってほしい。
Damn, we gotta leave Saber.
私を連れていては逃げきれないし、何よりもう長くは持ちません。
I can't really insist she's being ridiculous. Neither of them needs to remind me of how worse Saber has been getting. Saber won't last long. I have the sense she won't make it until morning, the way things are going.
そう。で、シロはこのままセイバーと心中する？
まさかそんな気はないし、セイバーは消えさせない。セイバーが消えるって言うんならレイジでも何でも使って。
オーケー、それならいいわ。じゃあ両方とも解決しましょう。セイバーを助けて、ついでに3人でこの森から脱出する。今後の方針はそれで決まる。
Okay, so well then what's the plan? My brain feels like mushy tofu. Tosca says the damnedest things, and always so casually.
そりゃ確かにそうしたいけど、それができないから。
いいからこっちに来て。言っとくけど、私も簡単にセイバーを死なせる気はないわ。ええ、この機会は逃さない。あなたにはその責務を果たしてもらう。シローもいいって言ったし、そうしても構わないわよね、セイバー。
She wants to make sure if someone in their party has a servant, Shiro gets to keep his to fulfill, giving up Archer. Tosca looks towards Saber meaningfully. Saber doesn't answer. Instead, she averts her eyes awkwardly. Okay. Once we pass through the exceptionally tall trees, something unexpected comes into our view. Okay, a ruin. That's a castle area, so.
来るときにね、アーチャーが見つけておいたのよ。万が一の時の隠れ家にしようって。
Uh-huh. Trees choke the ruins. Only one of the rooms on the second floor remains more or less intact. The windows are miraculously undamaged. The brilliant moonlight casts the room into a pale glow.
割合綺麗じゃない。もしかしたら最近まで誰かが寝泊まりしてたのかもね。
Uh-huh. Nothing phases this girl. Tosca steps over the rubble and pats the bed near the wall with both hands.
シロこっち。セーバーを寝かせないとまずいでしょ。人に抱かれているのって結構体力使うのよ。
Okay, rest up. That makes sense. I mean, how long can we rest, though? Because Berserker's gonna probably come soon. No offense to my boy Archer. He's probably not gonna last too much longer. I lay Saber on the old beat-up bed.
どう？苦しいセーバー。まだ体を動かすのには問題ない？ええ。シローがここまで運んでくれましたから。まだ体を保っていられるようです。
Okay.
そう。ならあとはこっちの問題だけか。あれから1時間。イリアスフィールが追ってくるにしても、もう少し時間はかかるわ。探すのに手間取れば、朝方ぐらいまでは隠れていられる。
That's wishful thinking, though. She's just reminded me of something. We're running as far as this ruins, but what happened to the Berserker and Archer? He stayed in the castle to hold off Berserker. It's already been an hour. Archer should have retreated from the castle by now. We already know what happened. Tosca doesn't respond. She only presses her right hand to her chest like she's clutching something. And that's enough to tell me what happened to Archer. Tosca's command spells is on her right hand. As a master and their servants are connected, in the same way Saber was able to detect when I was in danger, as a master can sense when their servant is alive or dead.
まあね。足止めだけでいいって言ったのにさ。
He said he wanted to give it his all, though.
あいつ最後までキザだったな。
Silence falls between us. It feels like the silence will last forever.
けど
But then,
無駄になんかしない。アーチャーを失った以上、バーサーカーはここで倒す。
cool. Sounds good with me. The sound of Tosca punching her hand in her fist
悔やむ
beats
の
the
はここま
silence.
でよ。悩んでいる暇があったら行動するのが私の心情。ここまで来たらあなたにも覚悟を決めてもらうからね。
覚悟って何のだよ。
決まってるじゃない。イリアスフィール、バーサーカーを倒す覚悟よ。
Uh-huh.
セイバーを連れてたらこの森からは出られないし、彼女を自然に回復させるにしたって時間がかかる。どのみちイリアに追いつかれるわ。わかる？私たち3人揃って森を出るにはバーサーカーを倒すしかない。それができなければ私たちもアーチャーの後を追うだけよ。
Mm-hmm.
バーサーカーを倒すだって。
So there is a way. That monster. Defeating the invincible whirlwind of death. I can't imagine that being possible. If we fight, we're going to die. Tosca should understand that perfectly herself. Is her plan to defeat him, even knowing that?
違う。
What am I saying? Tosca's not saying we can't beat it. She's not so blindly optimistic.
そうか。
We're not going to beat him to win. I should have realized that from the very beginning. We gotta kill Ilya, probably.
ないんだな。
We have to beat him, don't we? That's all there is to it. If we don't want to die here, we have to defeat the monster.
そういうことよ。けどそれほど絶望的な状況ってわけでもないわ。いくらバーサーカーだってアーチャーと戦った後なら何らかの傷を負っているはずよ。
Sure.
私だってとっておきの宝石を全部持ってきてるし、セイバーさえ回復すれば打開策の一つや二つは作り出せるわ。逆に言えばね、バーサーカーが傷を負っている今こそイリアスフィールを倒せる最大の機会だと思わない？
Depends how wounded. Sure.
肝心のセイバーを回復させる方法があるのか。こんな場所じゃ。
うん、セイバーの治療に場所は関係ないわ。
Okay.
セイバーは単に魔力切れで弱っているだけだもの。一定量の魔力さえ補充してあげれば、あとは以前通りの能力を発揮してくれる。
We already went over this. He doesn't have a current form of doing that. Tosa's explanation reminds me of late last night. She said that Saber's magical energy was mostly gone, which is why, to restore Saber's magical
い
energy...
い？セイバーを助けたいなら、セイバー自身に人を襲わせて魂を食べさせるしかない。
Well, even if we wanted to do that, there are no souls here, so how exactly is that going to work?
なら答えは一つよ。レイジを使いなさい、エミヤ君。それで最悪の事態は避けられるわ。
I have 2 command spells left. I'll use one to make Saber attack people so that she can devour their souls to replenish her magical energy. If Saber won't recover, we can't defeat Berserker. If we can't defeat the Berserker, he'll kill us all. But there's like no one here, even if we wanted to eat people. I look at Saber where she lies. We're just letting her suffer at this point.
いや、トサカ。それでも、セイバーに人を襲わせるのは反対だ。
ええ。今回は私も同意よ。
Okay.
これが他の場所だったらその提案をしたでしょうけどね。
If it were somewhere else, I might have suggested
で
it.
も、ここはイリアスフィールの岩の中。人の魂なんかどこにもない。あの城の中には、バーサーカーとイリアスフィール以外の誰かがいるかもしれないけど、
Mm-hmm.
それを探しに行くのはミスミス七に赴くようなものよ。
食べさせるためには、外に出ないといけない。本末転倒になるってことか。
Tosuka nods. I'm relieved to have not to make Saber attack people, but then how are we supposed to replenish Saber's magical energy?
どうするんだ、トサカ。そもそも、 俺がセイバーに魔力を補充できないから困ってるんだよな。
方法はあるわよ。その昨日ってもう一昨日に説明したでしょ。
I guess you
サ
did.
ーバントに魔力を分け与える方法は共有の魔術とそれ以外にわずかな方法しかないって。あの時はまあこんな状況になるとは思わなかったから言わなかったんだけど。
Okay. The other methods. I try to think back to our conversation that night. Now that she mentions it, she did say something like,
まあ召喚時にセイバーとパスが通っているはずだからまだ方法があるかもしれないけど。
okay. I think that's what Tosca said.
思い出した。パスは通ってるから魔術以外の方法があるとかなんとか。
Right. Or did I get that wrong? At the time, I was shocked to learn that I had to make Saber attack people, so I might have misheard
ト
her.
サカ、なんか方法があるのか。
Right, what's this other way?
まあね、私がサポートできる範囲で2つ。この状況だと荒っぽい方になるわ。いい？セイバーの魔力不足は素人のパスが不完全だからよ。彼女を回復させるにはこのパスを完全な形に通し直すしかない。
So what, make a summoning circle? Like a tetragram or something?
確かにそうできれば一番なんだろうが、俺はパスの通し方なんてわからない。
Saber summoning was messed up from the start. If I had to be able to make a connection to the supply with her magical energy, we wouldn't be in this mess to begin with.
話自体は簡単よ。素人セイバーを共感状態にして霊的なパスをつなぎ直すだけ。契約破棄や最小間以外にパスを修復するためにはそれしかない。
Uh-huh.
そのためにセイバーにシローの魔術回路を移植するの。
Okay, how do we do that? Like, is it like a blood ritual? Do I have to, like, stab my hand and, like, drip it on her? Like, what's going on here? Transplant my magic circuits to Saber.
セイバーとシローのパスを新しくするには霊的に重要な器官を移植するしかないわ。
Spiritually important organs? Oh, I said cut, but I didn't think we were gonna go that deep. What are you suggesting? Are you, like, saying, like, do I have to give her, like, organs?
サーバントとマスターが聖杯の力を借りているのならそれに匹敵する強い結合を生み出さないとパスは通らない。そのためにはマスターの魔術回路をサーバントに移植する。それくらいやらないとシローの力がセイバーには届かないから。
Okay. Still unsure of how we're doing this. An indispensable mechanism for mages that uses the ode to activate the mana. It's a core of the mage's existence. Without it, the magical energy that serves as the sources of a mage's power cannot be created. To a mage, their magical circuits are more important than life itself. These seem as the thing that gives their existence value.
サーバントの回路をマスターに移植するのは危険すぎるわ。ゴーストライナー、それも英霊の回路は死にゆく人の体に移しても強烈な拒絶反応しかもたらさない。 そうなると残された手はシローの回路をセイバーに移植するしかないってこと。
Okay.
でもそれは張り巡らされた神経を引きちぎられることと同じよ。そうなればその負担は。
Sure. Entirely on the one offering the transplant, ripping out nerves is the same as amputating fingers or even an arm.
待ってください、リン。
Well, if we gotta do it, we gotta do it. Please wait,
それ
Rin.
はあまりにもシローに。
そうしないと誰も生き残ることはできない。あなたなら分かっているはずよ、セイバー。
I gulp as quietly as I can. I have to get my priorities straight. We don't have time to be hesitating when what we need is to be clear.
トサカ、それは成功するのか。
成功させるわ。でも成功させることはそのまま安全につながるわけじゃない。
Sure.
失敗させるつもりはさらさらないけど、成功すればシローの魔術回路はセイバーに奪われる。むしろ失敗した方がいいんじゃないかって思えるほどの喪失感と苦痛を受け
Like
る
his
よね。
own existence has to get snuffed to a certain degree.
もし魔術界
Well,
を
that's
奪わ
what we
れれ
gotta
ば
do.
それはシローが
It would mean that the secondary nerve, my missing magic circuit, would be like a piece torn from my psyche. It would damage the spiritual body's integrity, creating a fatal flaw in me as a mage. And we're already kind of on the edge of not being a stereotypical mage anyway. Fuck it. Make me more damaged goods. Who cares? I will never regain the missing pieces for as long as I live. My hope of becoming a full-fledged mage from experience alone will die. Once I lose my foundation, my magic circuits, I will always be incomplete, no matter what. Yeah, but again, you already were kind of a weird basket to begin with. I nod for my own sake. And is that all? I'd rather save Saber.
やろう遠坂
Let's go.
決断が早いのはいいけど本当にどういうことなのか分かってるの
He knows.
分かってる遠坂教えてくれただろ
分かってるわけないじゃないいいセイバーを救うために私はシローに魔術師として死ねと言ってるようなものなのよ
だから反論はないんだって遠坂の考えた最上の計画だからうなずくんだもっと自分の計画に自信を持てよ、遠坂それにそうしないとセイバーはバーサーカーと戦えないんだろ
そうよそうだって言ってるじゃない
だろそれに俺たちには犠牲がないわけじゃん
Right. People have been making sacrifices tonight. It's what I gotta do.
戦って勝たなきゃいけない
His stance told me to go. I didn't like him, but he was willing to risk his life to protect his master, Tosca, and I can't back down
いい
now.
わ始めましょうシロ
Let's do this.
セイバーもいいか
Okay.
俺の魔術回路を移植するってことなんだが
はいそれがマスターの判断なら
I hear neither affirmation nor denial in her voice. But her eyes seem filled with regret. Because she has shame that she has to have her master give up on the uncertain dreams. I guess Tosca is going to prepare us for the transplant. I don't know the procedures, so I'm just going to leave it all to Tosca.
まずはセイバーからねシローは魔術回路をオンにしたままできるだけ心を乱さないように待機していて
All right. After we, I guess, get this process done, I'm going to probably call it for the stream. I close my eyes and switch over the artificial nerve in my body. Thanks to Tosca's instructions, I've been able to turn my circuits on and off effortlessly. A red flower entangles the white flower. Tosca climbs up to... What? Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Did someone fucking lie to me? Do I gotta put my goddamn sensor? I might have to put my sensor. Okay. Okay. Saber, protect me from yourself. Tosca climbs up to straddle Saber while she lies still. Then she begins to run her fingers freely along the curves of Saber's slender form. Is this really necessary to transfer my nerves to her?
待て遠坂お前セイバーに何をする気だ
Yeah, like, could we really not, like, blood pack each other and just...
何ってセイバーにもリラックスしてもらおうと思ってセイバーが力を抜いてくれないと成功率が下がっちゃうし
I'm gonna keep this up until I feel comfortable.
ああそういうことか悪い続けてくれ
ええどうもそれじゃあ服を脱ぎましょうかセイバー
Oh, God. It's an Aroga game. It's an Aroga game. It's an Aroga game. Now let's get your clothes off, Saber. Yeah. Wait. Could we seriously not just like slit my hand a little bit and hers and just bada bing, bada boom, and okay, that's the wrong gesture. Now that we're going to this, oh Lord, what are we doing?
いちいち驚かないの。脱ぐって言っても一部だけよ。魔術回路の移植は精神と体の融合よ。できるだけ接触を多くして遮蔽を少なくしなきゃいけないでしょ。
Wait, if the way you make it sound implies otherwise, but okay. Tosca is completely calm about this. Saber and I are the only two who are flustered about this. Tosca begins to undo Saber's
待ってください
collar.
リン。それでしたら自分ででき。
腕を上げるのも辛いくせに強がらないで。はあ、それともエミヤくん、マスターの責務としてセイバーを自分で脱がせたいとか。
Why are you enjoying this, fucking Tosca? Like, you're happy to be in this weird magic three-way. Seriously, I'm keeping my Saber fucking sensor up until I know it's safe. I'm not taking the risk. I don't want YouTube to be like, you're done, kid. Bang. Like, oh, man, please. I want to call her a fool, but I snap my mouth shut. All jokes aside, I'm not suited to a task like this. If I had to do it, I wouldn't be able to maintain my composure.
すまない。そっち任せた。
All right, Ren. All right, Ren.
そういうわけだからシロも脱ぎなさい。
Sure, of course I do. Of course I do.
上着脱ぐだけでいいから。下まで全部脱いだら殺すからね。
Trust me, I don't want to take my pants off either. Okay, I can't tell if she's joking or being serious. It seems like I need to strip to the content to what Saber is.
シロ、お願いです。しばらく背を向けていていただけないでしょうか。
わかった。準備ができたら言ってくれ。
I turn away and fold the shirt as I was wearing, trying to distract myself in hiding how nervous I am by folding the shirt up neatly, sleeves and all.
大丈夫セイバー。
はい。だいぶ楽になりましたが。
I need to calm down. I try to get my fear under control as I find myself dreading how painful and difficult the maid circuit transplant will be and how it might fail. This is just a step along the path. I should be more worried about the fight with Berserker that's going to be coming up.
いいわ
Yep,
よシロ。
まあ、
telling you, man, this sensor bar is my shield right now. Okay. Oh, that's not so bad. But again, I don't want to take the risk. I don't want to take the risk. But that's not so bad. So basically, her collar is just slightly opened and a little bit of a V. That's it. That's it. I thought from the way they made it sound like she was going to go all the way. I forget to breathe. I've seen her bare skin before, but I've never seen Saber like I'm seeing her now as she lies bed. All right, come on. Let's do this. It must be all the tension in the air, but it's not just me. Saber's acting weird too. She acted normal when I saw her bare skin before.
シロ、こっち。
Okay.
ここに上がってセイバーに覆いかぶさって。
Really? Okay. It's like someone else is controlling my body. I'm walking towards the bed, but it doesn't seem real to me.
セイバー、同調までは私がやるわ。
I don't know things until the sympathizing
それからあ
stage.
とはあなたにお願いするけど、持っていきすぎないように注意して。少なければ少ないほどシロの負担は減るから。
Okay, that's a weird way of saying this.
わかりまし
This
た。
entire process is weird.
お願いします。リン。
I have no idea what they're saying. Right now is all I can do is simply breathe. We get closer. We're so close our skins are almost touching. I feel Saber's weakened breath on me. I support my weight on my hands, my body so close to
変
hers.
革準備。
Ah, here comes the Nordic,
実質。
or the German, I should say.
防接続開始。
I'm sure there's a translation of this. The chant begins. I try to focus my consciousness on what's happening to clear my mind so I can sympathize with Saber.
小さく。小さく。小さく。小さく。円環航路開始。
Mm-hmm. I only see Saber's face. She's already in a meditation state. I can't keep my eyes open forever. I reluctantly close my eyes. Fucking flashbang.
大きく大きく大きく
Mm-hmm.
大きく愛の行動連続閉鎖
My senses begin to fade. It's the same floating sensation as when I created my magic circuit every night. The feeling of my ego, my mind, leaving my body. This time, though, it's running in reverse. Normally, I feel a sensation coming from my back. But right now, my consciousness is escaping from my chest. The 5 senses are functions associated with my physical body. The moment my consciousness leaves my body, I lose sense of hearing. But my ears are more sensitive to Saber's breathing. Her slow, steady breathing begins to speed up. I hear the heart pounding in my chest, blood rushing through my veins. I hope it's the only thing that's rushing right now. I leave the vessels known as Shiro Emiya and slide into her body. Oh, game, what are you doing? What are you doing? Fucking light right now. My consciousness sinks deeper into her. Myself swirls and converges, invading her as a solid crystal, pulsing hot breath. Our hearts, not our bodies, touch. Her voice rings out like a bell, and in response, my essence escapes my physical body. This is the same sound effect when we summon an FGO. Oh, shit. My senses are transformed. I have no hands, no legs, no self. But I continue on in this bare state. This is a nice background. All right, I think we're okay. Hold on. I think we're okay now. We're in some weird space-time continuum shit. I think we're okay. I think we will be okay. Instead of flying, I feel as if I'm being left behind. Okay. I accelerate. My body, persona, order, law. I become an arrow, shattering every barrier around me, destroying the boundaries that separate one person from another. Sparks racing along the circuit. I freeze in the ecstasy of reaching the speed of light. What the hell? Okay, what's happening? Why? Okay. All right, his shirt's off right now. What the fuck? Okay, this is definitely new. It's like we're in the Fate version of Edward Elric, like going into like the realm of God, like truth, and seeing like knowledge being poured into him. What is this? They say a person's life flashes by in a single instance. The flashbacks are cruel. Every instance passes by in the blink of an eye. I can't look at it directly, so I find myself going emotionally numb. So this is a mental journey. Oh, excuse me, I got the hiccups. I remember just how comforting our physical bodies, our anchors can be. I visualize the foundation of magecraft. The human operation is quantified. Okay. Hundreds of institutions, millions of joints form a circle. The endless complex patterns are in fact just a highway formed by a simple repetition. Man is understanding the universe right now. He's going through Gojo Satoru's domain expansion. All heading into the vanishing of future. It's like a vehicle of some kind of heading towards a dark city of light. Here, in the present, my thoughts pass by at the speed of light. Seriously, he basically is going through Gojo's fucking domain. It feels like my screen's getting broken from this. What the fuck? Eternity passes in an instant. I pass through the last boundary. I break through and I'm... You fucking... Of course you had to say that. I break through, and I'm inside her. Not me, the game. I see a glimpse of Alteria's magic crest as my own. Seriously, what kind of weird black hole are we going through right now? The changes are extreme. The speed and light of the world vanish all at once. Here in the dark, here it is heavy. The pressure of it pushes against my bodiless form. Bodiless form. The air is so thick I may as well be underwater. My body sinks, feeling the agony of being clamped into a vice. The path is deep. I can't see the bottom. I feel myself falling through the thick twilight, plummeting deeper into an even darker, denser. It seems impossible that just a moment ago I traveled 10,000 miles in the blink of an eye. Yeah? Yeah, really now. Oh, how'd you figure that out? Now, even going a single mile feels like it would take an Adrius eternal journey. Fucking words I don't understand. I feel neither light nor hope. That's depressing. Are these really Saber's magic crest? They're completely different from mine. The shape of circuits, the numb pathway, all that differs from person to person. But this is unlike anything else. This isn't a matter of scale or ability. Saber's magic crest are fundamentally different than a mage's. Okay, where are we? The path rumbles. Every time it does, my tiny self nearly shatters. I don't know what Saber's magic circuits are like, but I can tell the sympathizing magecraft is functioning properly. This is not a failure. The dark, heavy pressure of this place doesn't seem Saber, but it also is not an impure place. The brimming with life, the flow of air is blood, and the swirl of magic energy. He just did, like, in a weird way, Ant-Man over here. I realize I've forgotten to breathe. I haven't needed to. Sinking is painful, but it's not life-threatening. I look up into the darkness I've sunken into, and I've seen the past to... I seem to be past the point of no return. I can't see anything into the darkness. I submerge gradually, but the distance itself is infinite. Okay. The air grows even heavier. The rate of descent slows yet again. I've sequent into the darkness. Red, like a fucking volcano chamber. The seemingly endless road does have an end. I feel the heat of Saber's body. I feel every breath. So close, the final destination. I reach the source of magic circuits, the center of her mental world. Flashbang. But what I see is beyond my capacity to understand. What the fuck are we gonna see? It's the core of a star. I've reached the embodiment of something impossible, scorching heat, breathing from the depths of the earth. What the fuck was that? The fiery red surface swirls, and there's a splash, like a stagnant mud. At the... Was that what I think it is? Get the fuck out of here. At the bottom, there lurks a giant shadow. What is happening? Its fiery eyes fixed on the tiny intruder. Whether its master gave the intruder permission to enter or not is still a foreign invader. In the face of the core, isn't that the goddamn headstone circle, right? That's headstone, right? My own consciousness is barely moot of dust to disturb its function or piece of wood to feed its fire. I gulp, even though I have no throat to swallow. I take in the entire scene. These are Saber's magic circuits. A heart beyond anything human, so different from ours, which we imagine as lines and circles. This is the reactor core. If a mage's body is a machine for creating magical energy, then what I'm seeing now is the entire factory. but the core is inactive. The key that should activate the core, the spark of power to bring the whole thing to life, has been cut off. Despite the overwhelming ability this core has to produce massive amounts of magical energy, it lacks the initial charge to activate itself. It floats overhead, a stagnant sea of fuel. No matter how much undiluted magical energy fills the endless space, it's useless. It needs to be ignited, even a tiny spark to do the trick. So long as the pathway for the magical energy is connected, the core will roar back to life. And to do that, something beyond human knowledge awakens. The fuck is happening? Pathways running over the lake of magic energy begins to swirl. Red air explodes upwards in a raging pillar, like a volcano, literally. Is this what it's like to stand in a thundercloud? So intense is the roar, raging waves that I don't even properly hear. In the same way something too massive can't be properly seen, the roar is its own kind of silence. What? Okay, I think I might know, but if it is, what the fuck? This was nowhere in any of the adaptations. What appears at the heart of the blazing core is the embodiment of every threat mankind carries in their heart. What, overwhelming dread? And only that can be represented as a dragon? What kind of Dark Souls boss is this? What the fuck? It has been said that the king is a red dragon that symbolizes Britannia, right? The fucking Anglo-Saxons and the oh my god, what? The Saxons and, fuck. The red dragon and the white dragon. This is in fucking High School DxD too. Oh my god. I'm going to take a screenshot. All right. I'm going to do one more minute and then we're calling it. And then we're calling it. And then we're calling it. Oh, fucking K. Yo, she represents the red dragon of Britannia. Phantasmal blood runs in their human veins. The child of a sacred star. What? All right. We're giving this dragon a lot of hype. A dragon, a ruler, the symbol of so many phantasmal species, objects of both awe and fear. The pinnacle of all beasts, appearing at times as demons, at times of God. This is what lies in Saber's subconsciousness. They're trying to make Saber, like, really OP from this description. In other words, form suits the servant, said to be the best. I mean, if you say so. The cauldron opens. Vicious fangs are all I see. There can be no resistance. Humans, which pale in insignificance before this, could never defend against it. No human intelligence could ever conceive a way to escape. Okay, then. It must be famished. It devours its prey, which would normally seen as an inconsequential as moots of dust, but its bloodshot eyes. Why is there needles? What, does he have needle teeth? And I'm at the complete loss for words. I wonder, why do we not eat living meals? Is this like a changing moment? Is he like, yeah, I want to eat something alive? It's obvious. We cannot bear to see our food alive. We prefer fresh food, but rarely do we ever eat anything alive because we feel it's cruel for foods to suffer. In other words, killing the meat we consume before we eat it is our best way of preserving its dignity. A scream of rage tears its way through my throat. I forget who I am, and the roar like a beast. I try to appeal to the beast. The hatred builds within me. My only resistance is to bearing my emotions. I beg for mercy like a crucified sinner as I'm grounded to me. You are food for a dragon. He does not care. My consciousness grows hazily, muddled. Every purpose, meaning in my life falls away. Any hope of retaining my sanity is long gone, as creation itself. The pain, the pressure, they're far, far too much. And then, when I came to see, it's only a monster. This is like some Meruem shit. Even once I learned of this hell, I believe I could endure it. The image of Saber, her head hanging low, comes back to me. I recall the meaning of this pain. The meaning drives me forward. It is a literal painful reminder of what I've came to be. I draw in a deep breath and let go of my resistance. It's not the dragon's fangs I should be fighting, but the pain twisting through me. I'm not here to run from pain. I'm here to save her pain, to live up to the trust she placed in me at that time. This seriously is some like Netero shit. Or Netero. Meruem, like he's coming back to life from Poof and Yuppie. And so I'm here to give her the best thing that I can. Who has no hope of fighting? The pain is indescribable. I cannot reach out to my ground down consciousness. I honed my awareness like a blade, silently as if I were asleep. Jesus, okay. Here, eternity is but an instant. As long as I can endure the pain, even for an instant, my consciousness shall remain. All right, then. I won't let myself feel an ounce of fear. I shall dedicate this pain to you, who will be the one to fight. Bro. Yo, fucking Red over here. Great King Red. Yo, Dragon, get absorbed. The pain instantly fades. The red dragon is gone, and my subconsciousness gradually floats back to the surface. Am I weightless because I lost something? As if I'm floating back up to the water's surface. I feel myself beginning to rise above the reactor. But wait, there's something I want to check before. It's so warm. A dull, throbbing hum issues from the reactor as it burns with a golden light. The elaborate magic circuit shines with a rainbow hue and begins with a circulation. The fire is lit. Oh, actual Dark Souls over here. I may be untrained amateur mage, but today I filled my role as her lord. Cool. I surrendered my body to the wind and floated upward. Oh. I caught a glimpse of a distant memory. A figure holding a sword, and a figure standing in a grassy field as it dances in the wind. Which one did I reminisce it? Both of them, maybe. Magic circuit transplanted. Alright, we gotta stop. I'm saving my plays right here. Holy fuck. What a journey this was tonight. Oh my goodness. Alright. We gotta call a stream. But that's a good stopping point, though. That's a very good stopping point. There we go. Okay, guys. That was something. That was definitely not in the other two routes. So Saber represents the red dragon. What exactly are they again? I know of them. I just don't know the exact detail. The red dragon, the red and white dragons. The red and white dragons the red and white dragon come from Welsh legend, to which the red dragon symbolizes the native Britons, and the white dragons represent the Saxons. There we go. The legend tells of a battle between these two dragons foretold by Merlin that ultimately leads to the red dragon, aka Wales, overcoming the white dragon, England. This myth is the origin of the red dragon of the Welsh flag, also represents the Welsh nationhood and its resistance against the foreign rule. Okay, cool. Yeah, I knew like this represented Welsh. I knew this represented the Arthurian legend and also some biblical stuff. And it's also been in in fucking High School DxD. Okay, I just forgot who represented who. Got it. All right, we got a call of the night. Thank you for stopping by the stream, guys. Much appreciated. We're gonna be back with more Fate next week. Getting some more good Saber stuff, hopefully. Again, this route has been very good. I think I'm probably going to put it above Unlimited Blade Work for sure now. It's like one step away from being better than Heaven's Field, too. Just saying. Okay, well, until Wednesday for Yakuza, because we would not be doing it, I guess, today, but technically tomorrow, all that stuff. Wednesday will be Yakuza. So I'll see you guys then for more streams. So until then, take care, stay safe, have a nice one, and don't forget to like and subscribe the goddamn stream. Thank you very much. Peace. Holy moly, what a goddamn display that was.